Good morning and welcome into the WK page. I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now Kentucky. And we do have, let's turn this down a little bit. Why are you so loud?
The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for.
So, as you can tell, things are getting going here a little bit on the Kentucky side of things. It did take a little bit longer than anticipated. But overall, the forecast so far is still on par with what we've been thinking about all day here. Let me go ahead and get things rolling here for you. There's our Twitter page if you want to follow that as well. Mike is handling that for us right now. Ivy should be in the comments here helping answer some of your questions as well. Be patient with her and any other moderators that join as well. Again, we are live on both YouTube and Facebook. I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for Weather Now Kentucky. The cap is starting to come off of the environment that we talked about. You know, we talked about it several times throughout the last 24 hours. There would be a cap in place at first, and then once the winds that are above our heads get over more toward Kentucky, that cap will start to go away, and storms will be able to start to generate, and that's the case right now. So let's pull up our radar here. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning active for Owensboro and just east of Owensboro going toward Hardinsburg and Cloverport. The severe thunderstorm warning is for 1-inch diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let's read the bulletin on that real quickly. Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Perry County, south central Indiana, Hancock County in central Kentucky, Breckinridge County in central Kentucky, northeastern Ohio County in central Kentucky as well. By the way, of course, as you're coming in, if you wouldn't mind tapping the share button at the bottom portion of your screen, help us get this video out on your news feed so that way friends and family can view it as well. We're going to try to be live throughout the entire duration of this event, so we're going to be right here with you. So if you wouldn't mind, get us started right, tapping the share button at the bottom portion there. Over on YouTube, of course, hello. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everything's going okay. Live stream isn't available right now. Okay, hang on. I got to fix the YouTube real quick. The YouTube is... Really? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Am I live on YouTube? It's about to be really interesting. I am live. Okay, great. I was about to say this is going to be real interesting if we're not live there. Okay, awesome. Working for everybody. So again, we have Mike handling the Twitter. Ivy's handling the comment section along with the other Mike as well, if he's still awake, that is. And, of course, you've got me live here on the broadcast. So make sure you share this broadcast on your news feed. You can also copy the link if you're on YouTube and send it out to folks that might be interested as well. Again, we're going to try to be live and have triple coverage everywhere to help you cover throughout the rest of this morning, going throughout this more dangerous time frame. Again, severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Perry County, Hancock County, Breckinridge County, and northeastern Ohio County as well. As I zoom this out, you can kind of go ahead and start to see over the last, let's say, 60 minutes, all of this has formed. So, again, none of this was here 60 minutes ago, and it's now forming and beginning to pop off, and it'll start to move more northeast. So this actually right here is what we call a prefrontal line. These could be a little bit more supercellular if they recognize the amount of energy that's in the atmosphere right now. That's a big if. This line back here is your actual main line that we've been forecasting this entire 24 to 48 hour period, and that is going to breed more of your straight line wind damage threat. I also want to note to you real quickly that over the last 6 hours or so, model data has begun to uptick the area from Murray to Paducah, including Mayfield as well, for a possible strong tornado or two there. We'll keep an eye on that. We continue to watch the Ohio River area, basically from western Kentucky over here toward Louisville, as another prime area for strong weather. And then, of course, in between those areas as well, we're looking at strong weather too, but not as much energy available for those places. If you haven't already seen our forecast, I'll go ahead and pull it up for you. I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions. I respect that. We'll get to them in just a second. Let's go ahead and get this intro out of the way here. I feel like this weather radio is too loud. Let's turn it down for now until things get going a little bit more. There we go. If I could hear it blasting my ears through my headset, I know it's probably annoying for you guys. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. The reason I have the weather radio on is because it's a lot faster on sending out alerts. So this is our forecast that we made all the way back at 3 o'clock today. Actually, a little bit before that, but we'll just call it 3 o'clock from now. You can see it's still really on par. I still feel pretty good about this forecast. I do think this northeastern portion of Kentucky can probably be dropped from the red zone, but at this point, you're just pulling hairs, okay? I still think so far our forecast is on point. You know, we said 12 to 6 a.m. Eastern time. Really, 2 to 6 a.m. Eastern time was the main time frame, and that's been on par. We only pushed it back to 12 in case any cells popped up beforehand, and some cells were trying to pop back toward midnight, but the cap that we talked about really eroded those and took those out with almost no issue. But now the aforementioned cap that we've been talking about, there's our Twitter. If you haven't already, go follow that. Turn on notifications there. Mike is actually pushing out, as you can see, warnings and tweets over there. He's still updating that pretty well. Again, all the warnings and stuff will be on our Twitter. We will not spam our Facebook with that. So if you want to see actual post of warnings, make sure you go to our Twitter and turn on notifications there at WeatherNowKY. But just speaking of the cap real quick, I just want to show you. This is what we refer to when we're talking about the cap, because I know you're going to hear us say that a lot. Also, interestingly, is Mike in here? Ivy, can you send a text to Mike and make sure he sees that this little bubble of Cape is showing up just east of I-65 now? As you can see, the cap that we're talking about is displayed here by the blue. Okay, the red is your Cape. Not to be confused, Cape is your storm energy. Cap is what's trying to prevent the storms from going. Earlier tonight, if it pushes back to 4 hours ago, you can see that blue was all the way back out toward Missouri, Illinois, all the way into Indiana, and it was pretty strong. If we go back to now, the blue is still there, but it's much more weak. Negative 75, negative 50. Storms can overcome that pretty easily. We also see that it's not as far wide now, or as far west now. We also see that the Cape is starting to grow a little bit more into Kentucky throughout the last, let's say, 35 to 45 minutes or so. Going to do that real quick. Looking at StormNet here. Now, this is an experimental website, but this has also been a really good thing for us to look at over the last few hours. It's handled Indiana extremely well so far. It missed on the Indianapolis cell a little bit, but you can see that this basically tries there's nothing in the weather world that detects tornadoes before they occur. So this is experimental. This is something that someone's trying to come up with, and it's actually handled the last couple of months throughout the entire United States pretty well. You can see that for that cell that's near Owensboro right now, it's trying to display that might become a supercell. Now, that's on the weaker side of things. It's not very, if you look right here toward the bottom left, if you can see it, let me make sure you can't see it. So let's go ahead and switch to the full display here. For a quick second, if that wants to work at all. Sometimes things just don't want to work the way they're supposed to work. But you can see down there to the bottom left portion of your screen, there's the key. So when you start getting more toward the blues and the yellows and the oranges, those are your higher tornado odds. As you can see right now, nothing really crazy throughout Kentucky. There's a little spot, again, over there toward the just east of Owensboro. And I do expect this to grow throughout the next few hours as we head throughout the duration of this event. So let's go back to our main screen here. And we're going to pull up the current temperatures and whatnot. Modest low 70s for western Kentucky, upper 60s to low 70s for central and eastern Kentucky. Even though we've been without sunshine for about 7 to 8 hours now, temperatures and dew points have held real steady. So I know a lot of folks had some questions about that earlier this afternoon and going into earlier this morning. The lack of sunshine and the increased amount of clouds that we saw today, a lot of us are conditioned to believe that helps to prevent storms. That's not necessarily the case in all events. With this storm system that we're talking about, it's more wind-driven and more moisture-driven. Doesn't need as much heating involved. Despite that, though, temperatures are sitting at 69 degrees in Hardin County, for example. And when we switch over to the dew points, if these are going above 57 to 58, that's when you have a really moist and ready environment for strong to severe weather. You can see most places, if not every place throughout Kentucky, is kind of above that 58 mark. Most notably out here toward Webster County and Dixon, Kentucky, that dew point's all the way up to 64 degrees. So the atmosphere, basically what I'm saying throughout the last 5 minutes is the atmosphere is starting to become ready to support strong to severe weather. It did take a little bit longer than anticipated. We got to keep an eye on this cell right here. 1 second. We'll get back to the breakdown here in 1 second. We got to take a look at this.
Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat.
So what we're going to do actually is we're going to pull up. We have multiple radars to look at. So some radars are better than other radars at things. This one is a little bit better at handling wind speeds and wind directions. The other one is a lot better at just looking great. Basically, it's just a prettier one. No rotation there just yet, but it's trying to. So if you are in the Cloverport area heading toward Hardinsburg, we're going to keep an eye on this cell for you. It's really starting to strengthen. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if there's any energy at play for that. Let's go ahead and turn that back off. We'll just use the radar scope one for the wind energy. Let's go ahead and take a look here. See if there's any. There's a little bit. There's not a lot there, but there's a little bit of energy for it to work with. Let's go look a little bit up into the atmosphere here. You guys are going to see me check this a lot tonight. I know this looks kind of crazy, but I promise this is super useful for someone like us to be able to look at and be able to take a look and see if there's actually any energy for these storms to work with. Again, when you're talking about storm systems that are in the middle of winter, you don't need as much storm juice to work with as you would for, say, storms in late spring or going into the summer. What I also want to show you is the newest run of model data. I will tell you, guys, model data hasn't really handled this very well, and we knew it wouldn't. We knew it wouldn't. It's model data hasn't been good for a while. It's handled it okay, but the placement of the cells has been way off so far. Way off so far. So again, this shows the line really beginning to blossom, of course, now and throughout the last 30 minutes. And over the next 30 minutes to an hour, it shows it really beginning to straighten up into a more of a straight-lined thunderstorm event like we talked about, and then really become very strong for, let's say, the Murray area, going up toward Madisonville. I believe it's Madisonville anyway. I'm going to make sure I'm not lying to anybody. Yes, it is. And then up toward the Elizabethtown area, Radcliffe area, Lexington. Again, this northeastern portion of the state that we did include in the red zone, we could probably drop that well down to even the yellow 2 out of 5. But at this point, it's splitting hairs. It's more of a nowcast event. So we're done making graphics. We're done doing all that stuff. We're going to just sit here with you and talk with you guys through it. So far, our forecast is on par, except for the northeastern portion of the state. Just not enough storm juice getting up there for you guys. Overall, if you look at the updraft helicity chart, this shows us where the storms are rotating. These are kind of your rotation maps. You can see numerous storms rotating throughout Kentucky over the next 2 to 4 hours. So the event is just now really getting going for most folks. Let's go ahead and pull the radar back up here and take a look at what we got going on. For those of you asking about other spots in other states and stuff, we only cover Kentucky, and we stick to that because it's really all we've studied. No tornado warning at the moment. We are keeping an eye on this cell that's close to Cloverport, heading toward Hardinsburg. That cell is really trying to get going, but we'll keep an eye on that for you all. I still having mod issues. Let's see here. I really don't know why it's not letting you. Hang on, guys. Let me try to fix something for Ivy real quick. Yeah, it doesn't have you listed. Ivy, did you ever accept that invite, by the way? Just go to the business suite or something, or even go to your Facebook. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, Ivy, you should be able to switch to our profile. Sorry, Ivy's kind of a newer moderator to help us out with things, and she's just having some issues with things. It's whipping up good. The winds, again, the main threat, like we've talked about for the last 12 to 14 hours, is absolutely the wind gust, okay? The secondary threat is the tornadic activity. So remember that throughout this afternoon, or throughout this early morning hours, the wind threat is the main threat, not necessarily the tornadic activity. Do I still think a couple of tornadoes could occur? Absolutely, given what I'm seeing so far and throughout the last few hours. I do think a couple of tornadoes are still a good bet in some places. Trying to nail those down before they actually occur is darn near impossible. That's why you never really see it happen. In fact, it really is impossible. But again, the primary threat is absolutely damaging winds. And some places could go all the way up to 75, 85 mile per hour. Let's go take a look here at this cell once again. This should be on velocity. So this, again, yeah. One second. So if you are in the Hardinsburg area, get ready for some very large hail. Hardinsburg exiting Cloverport. Do we have any reports? So if you're in the Hardinsburg area, guys, make sure you're getting ready for some very, very large hail. Looks like it's about 2 inches in diameter. This storm is actually rotating, but it's elevated at the moment. So that means we're looking at more of a hail threat and damaging wind threat. As we can see here, if we take our measuring tool, it's showing about... wow, don't zoom in that much. Can you guys really see this, by the way? Sorta. Let's just go ahead and switch to the full display. Let's just take off everything. Let's just go full alert mode here. Let's go ahead and measure our winds out again. What are we looking at there? So we got 62-mile-per-hour winds being measured there. We also have the bright green next to the red. So this is a rotating storm. We do have a drop on correlation coefficient, and we do have a bright bulb there on vertically integrated liquid. This does absolutely signify very large hail that is exiting the Cloverport area, heading toward Hardinsburg and Irvington. Let's go ahead and pull up our tracker here and track and see just how long this is going to take. Yeah, so that also marks almost two. Okay, they've upgraded the warning. Okay, great. Golf ball sized hail. Yeah, that's about accurate. So this is moving east at about a 55-mile-per-hour pace, and it's heading more northeast than anything. So let's go ahead and pull out our measuring tool here. So it'll be in the Mattingly area in about 1 minute, Hardinsburg in about 9 minutes, Garfield in 15 minutes, Clifton Mills in 15 minutes, and you can kind of see the rest of the list there on your screen. Thank you guys on Facebook for all the shares. I appreciate your guys' help with that. Don't forget to, or don't stop sharing the video. Put it on your news feed. Your friends and family can view it whenever they wake up to the loud thunder. They'll have something to watch with great information. So thank you guys a lot for your help with that. I appreciate your help. Joseph, thank you for helping and share the video. Chase, Amber, Joel again, Tony, thank you all for all of your help.
Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms.
All right, so let's go take a little bit of a look around here at our other radar. We can see another storm. Wait, get off the screen there, buddy. We can see another cell starting to bow out a little bit toward that Utica area in northwestern Kentucky as well there. In Providence, Kentucky as well there. That one's starting to bow out a little bit. So what we're seeing is a line of storms out here, more of a popcorn type of storm signal out here, and then a straight line of linear storms out there just behind that. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 different rounds, and then some more out here, but that's rain showers. That's not going to be anything too dramatic. Yes, no changes have been made to the Tornado Watch. Again, if you guys do have to tune out or anything like that, make sure you follow our Twitter. Mike is updating over there. As you can see, when I refresh this, he has been updating for the last 40 minutes or so about warnings that are ongoing out for our weather page. So make sure you follow that and turn on notifications there at Weather Now Kentucky. StormNet is lighting up for a possible tornado signature. This is more for Breckenridge County, so we need to take a look at that. So this is the one that we're talking about here. So StormNet is a brand new experimental website that we may invest in. We're trying it out tonight. It's done really well the last couple of months for other places in the country. So basically what this website tries to do that no other product has really ever been able to do, it tries to predict a tornado before it actually occurs based upon how the climate is looking. So again, this is starting to light up a little bit more, about a 30% risk for just north of Breckenridge County, or actually just in Breckenridge County, and that is for, again, this cell right here. We're going to actually switch over to the Louisville radar to get a better look at this. We do see a TDS signal on the radar. Now, that does not necessarily mean there is a tornado with it. It's just the radar trying to detect it. I don't really see a tornado signature at this moment. This looks more like a hail signature to me. So once again, if you are in Hardinsburg, Irvington, even just ahead of that for Vine Grove, Brackliff, Fort Knox, and Muldraw in northern portions of Hardin County, you want to make sure you're getting ready for some large hail and gusty winds out there. Yes, Ashley. Yo, Jonathan, hello, my friend. How are you doing? Sorry. So many comments are going by so fast. Pea-size hail in Cloverport. Thank you for the update there. I appreciate that on Twitter. Oh my gosh. On YouTube, thank you so much. Lots of wind here in Mayfield. The winds have been kicking up quite a bit. Even if I go... Okay. We'll take a look at it after this broadcast, Ivy. I'm not really sure what is going on with that. They're usually, Chris, for the most part, they're moving at about 50 to 60 mile per hour.
Include golf ball size hail and simple
Again, our forecast for those of you that are tuning in kind of looks like this: 12 to 6 a.m. Eastern time. Highest zone more toward the river. A little bit of a drop off just south of that for the parkways: Lexington, E-Town, Litchfield, Madisonville, Hopkinsville, Paducah, Murray, Mayfield areas. 2 out of 5 risk exists for Bowling Green, Campbellsville, Danville, Moorhead, and Ashland, and then 1 out of 5 risk to the southeast portions of Kentucky. If there is a tornado that is going to occur, it would likely be in the orange or red zones. If there is a significant tornado, meaning EF2 or higher, it would likely be in the red zone only. So that's what we're kind of keeping an eye on right now. Our forecast has not changed since 3 p.m., so 12 hours ago. Our forecast has not changed one bit.
and central Kentucky. For your protection
Let's take a look at this once more. What tilt are we on? Okay. So again, we're going to try to be live with you throughout the entire event. God willing, that we don't lose power or anything.
standard time,
If we do lose power, I'll go live from the phone. It might be a little bit choppy, but we'll be there for you.
portions of south central Indiana and central Kentucky.
Okay, still not seeing any real tight rotation. There is some rotation with it, don't get me wrong, but it looks to be more elevated than anything. So that, again, indicates more of a hail threat. Why am I so far zoomed in?
Winds outside of thunderstorms
Looks like it's starting to weaken a bit. Yeah, looks like we're starting to weaken a little bit on it. So again, but a little bit of hail expected. Probably close to not quite golf ball size, but approaching that level in between Hardinsburg and Cloverport, heading toward Irvington. That would be next up there.
spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged
Let's get out of this radar.
reports of severe weather. General storm motion.
Okay, that one back out there just to the south of Owensboro. Looks like it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Let's switch radars.
Per hour.
So again, this radar right here, radar scope, is a little bit more technical. It does a little bit better job at reading wind profiles. The other radar just looks a little bit better, so it's technically better for broadcasting. Let's go and take a look at StormNet again. StormNet's really starting to light up for tornado parameters in north central Kentucky. Let's take a look at our dew points. Dew points still look at a reasonable level. Let's take a look at our Cape values to see if we have any storm energy to work with. It's really trying to work its way in.
For portions of south central Indiana and central Kentucky. For
Okay.
today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across
Jonathan, thank you for the. I can't even see you. Why is it being so weird for? Jonathan with the 100 stars. How's it looking for Bowling Green area? Just got off work from the Med Center and just tuned in. I still think Bowling Green's in a solid 2 out of 5 risk. I think a strong storm or two can definitely pass through there later on this morning. But when you're talking about all severe parameters, I think that's limited for that area. Denise, it'll start to break up as it approaches Greensburg. I don't think you're in the highest severe risk. Marble size hail at my yard. Rachel, thank you for that report. I appreciate that. By the way, if you guys do take any pictures or take any videos, make sure you do it safely, of course, but send it into our messaging inbox, either Twitter or Facebook.
activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions. More information.
Jesse in Dayton, can you give me a bigger county or the county you're in or a bigger city, please? I'm not exactly sure where Dayton, Kentucky is at. Wind is definitely picking up in Radcliffe. Thank you for that report. I appreciate that.
Ohio County is canceled. The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved down.
Okay, so Mike's telling me we got a tornado tag with this.
The warning has been canceled.
Tornadoes possible. So they have updated this. So what we've talked about is starting to become a little bit more real. These storms will start elevated, right? And so that starts as a tornado, as a hail and wind risk. As they scoot east, they'll become a little bit more closer to the ground and start to turn into more of a tornadic risk. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is active for. Let's go ahead and pull this down here. Here we go. Active for South Central Perry, Southeastern Hancock, and Central Breckenridge counties. However, there is a tornado tag with this. So it's a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. Hail is expected as well, 1.75 inches in diameter, and winds at 70 mile per hour. So again, this is for, it's located 9 miles southeast of Hallsville, moving east at 55 mile per hour. Of course, hazardous golf ball size tail and 70 mile per hour wind gust. Sources radar indicated. Locations impacted to include Hardinsburg, Webster, Irvington, Cloverport, Mystic, Garfield, Tobinsport, Sunny Corner, Kirk, and Bewleyville for that one right there. We do have a special weather statement that's just been issued for our folks down there. I believe that was Utica, just to the east of it, going more toward Deanfield and Whitesville. That special weather statement does exist there. I'm assuming for 50-mile-per-hour winds for that location. Let's go ahead and pull up radar scope again. Check back in on this cell just to the west of Hardin County. We got a little Boeing action. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this storm is beginning to start to spin a little bit closer to the ground. If this continues, this may drop a tornado on the ground somewhere to the east of Hardinsburg, going toward western Hardin County. So we're going to keep an eye on this really closely over the next 5 to 10 minutes. So again, for those of you just not tuning in, I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now Kentucky. Storms have begun to pop off over the last 30 to 45 minutes and really begin to grow as they head east. So far, the forecast is still on par. We're still in between that 12 to 6 a.m. time frame. Also, we're talking about the potential for a tornadic cell here just to the west of Hardinsburg, entering Hardinsburg. It eventually will exit more toward Irvington, Vine Grove, and Ratcliffe over the next 30 minutes there. This one is trying to become tornadic. It's not necessarily there yet. We'll see how that trends over the next 10 to 15 minutes. We do expect that this line back out here to the west, going toward Madisonville, Providence, Owensboro, Morganfield, Marion, we do expect that that line will continue to grow as it heads east and impact places like Central City, Greenville, Litchfield, Campbellsville, maybe even Bowling Green as well, with some more strong severe weather. And then a third line back out here toward Missouri, Illinois, and western Indiana. That line is also becoming strong to severe, and that line is actually in the better pool of energy. So we need to watch how this first line affects the atmosphere, and if that second line can get into western Kentucky, it absolutely can be just as severe as the first line. So again, a lot to track here. We will be live with you throughout this entire event if we can. Hopefully we don't lose power because I am located right here in Ratcliffe. So if this bad boy storm right here holds together, it could get a little bit crazy here, just a little bit. Looks like we have some rain starting to move in. Jonathan says, sends 50 stars. Prayer to those that are more affected. I just buried my cat 8 years, so I'm glad his grave will still be intact tonight. I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. I hope everything's okay out there. Is the tornado cell headed toward Louisville? No, it would probably go just south of Louisville. And again, if you haven't already, if you have to tune out, if you go to work or whatever it might be, you can also follow us on Twitter. I believe Mike is updating live there as well. He's not live broadcasting, but he's updating with post of each and every warning. As you can see here, he's posted the National Weather Service in Louisville continues the warning, but the cell west of Hardinsburg has increased a bit. However, a tornado possible tag is out there, seeing some weak inflow showing up on velocity. So thank you to Mike for helping us out on the Twitter side of things this morning. So we have all bases covered: YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find us anywhere at Weather Now KY on Twitter, at KWX on YouTube. If you want to throw this up on your TV instead of watching it on your phone, YouTube is a great way to do that. And, of course, right here on Facebook. So a few different aspects we're covering tonight. Let's go take a check back in on this cell. Okay. I'm going to leave the radar on the screen for a second. I do have to use the little weatherman's broom. I've drunk a lot of water and coffee tonight, so this might be a recurring theme. 1 second. Okay, we're back now. Jonathan, thank you for the 20 stars. I appreciate that. Briley sent 50 stars. 11 Smiths Grove, how's that looking? Again, forecast is still on par from earlier out there. Thank you for your 50 stars. I appreciate that. It's bad here in Bradenburg. Thank you for the update. Yeah, stay safe. Again, This does have a tornado possible tag on it. If you are in Hardinsburg, now going more toward Big Spring, this cell will actually track a little bit more to the east here. It's moving at a speed of about 50 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So this storm cell, if it holds together, will be in Stennettsville in 1 minute, Rosetta in about 3 minutes, Hyatt Plains in about 7 minutes, Big Spring 10 minutes, Flaherty 16 minutes, Vine Grove 20 minutes, Red Hill, sorry about that, 22 minutes, Fort Knox in 23 minutes, Ratcliffe in 23 minutes, Longview in 24 minutes. So that's if that cell holds together, it'll track that way. Big if on that, though. It's going to run out of energy at some point. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Speaking of energy, StormNet is lighting up a possible tornado with that cell over, and it keeps moving with it. About a 30%, about 20 or 30% chance there for that specific cell. Let's take a look at our little juice here. Do we have any juice for this? Come on, computer. A little bit. Again, not a whole lot of storm juice tonight, guys. It's more of a wind shear and moisture type of event. Let's take a look back here at this. It does appear to me that it's trying to start weakening. We'll see if that continues. Now we have a second severe thunderstorm warning that has gone active. Let's go ahead and read the bulletin on that back on Radar Omega. You can hear the radio is going off now, if you can still hear it in the background. We got it. Thank you. We got it. Severe thunderstorm warning, hail 1 inch, wind at 60 miles per hour. For this one right here, the National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Hancock in central Kentucky, southwestern Breckenridge in central Kentucky, northeastern Ohio in central Kentucky until 3 a.m. Central Time. At 2:36 a.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Whitesville, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard 60 mile per hour wind gust. Sources radar indicated. Of course, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees.
Per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs.
Yeah, so they've dropped the northern severe thunderstorm warning, which I kind of expected because it is starting to weaken as it's heading east. Again, they have dropped the northern severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, that's weakening quite a bit. We'll see if that re-strengthens or not. This little rain shower right here will actually help to weaken this right here. It'll try to pull some of its energy away from it. So we'll see how that interacts with each other as it heads more towards Shepherdsville and Lebanon Junction. Let's go ahead and go back to the regular radar here. Get off of that. Thank you.
Thunderstorm warning for central Breckenridge County will expire at 2:45 a.m. Central.
Is Ratcliffe safe? I mean, the severe window just opened, so no one's in the clear just yet. Jonathan says, can I buy you a coffee? I appreciate that. I still got some right here, though. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What is that? Okay, that's up for Ohio. Disregard the tornado siren. Disregard the tornado siren, please. That was up for up in Ohio and Indiana. I thought I turned those off, but I guess it's still on. So again, this little rain shower right here is actually helping to weaken this. If that wasn't here, this one would probably be a little bit stronger still. Let's go take a look back here. We can see that line is really getting going out for western Indiana, Missouri, and places out there for our western friends. That one out there toward Owensboro and just south of it is really starting to look mean. Let's go and take a look at that. I know I'm going to have to switch radars. No, we can actually just use this radar. It's fine. Okay, we have to turn off these storm tracks. They're really getting in my way. Thank you. Yeah, we're looking at some really strong winds out there. Let's go and measure that. 57, 56. That's 76 mile per hour. I don't think it's actually the case. We're probably looking more at this. 60 mile per hour winds. You can see the hail parameter down there in your bottom left is really starting to light up as well. So a solid bet for at least 1 inch diameter hail for Fordsville and Hardinsburg once again. April, thank you for your 99 stars. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness. Special weather statement issued for northern Hardin County. Let's go ahead and read this here. Wind gusts up to 40 mile per hour and half-inch hail. This one is going to tornado watch marines in effect. If outdoors, it doesn't. There it is. Locations impacted include Bardstown, Ratcliffe, Webster, Vine Grove, Lebanon Junction, Irvington, Muldrow, New Haven, Bloomfield, and Ekron. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible.
Storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions. More information, along with other
Courtney, London, Kentucky is not any severe risk, in my opinion, and storms won't be there all the way until about 7 to 9 a.m. Again, for those of you that are asking about specific locations and whatnot, we have several forecast posts, videos, and everything on our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So if I'm not exactly answering your question here, you can always go look at those things.
for today and tonight.
Hodgenville area, you still got probably about an hour until that cell gets to you.
Morning across the region.
Grayson County, you still probably got a little bit as well. These are going north of you, so you probably got to wait till all of this out here gets to you, which will probably be about an hour and a half or so. Owensboro, Kentucky, you got some really good storms just a little bit ago. Secondary line is about an hour and a half away. How's the cell developing near Hardinsburg? The cell near Hardinsburg, that first cell's already passed. This cell will pass just to the south of you. That one's actually creating a bigger hail threat. Let's go and take a look at that once again.
Water information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day.
I really should have taken some more, etc.
Southwest to east northeast around 60 miles.
I always take some before I stream, before I do a live stream, but I should have taken more. I might have to run and get some. So again, this little rain shower right here is helping to keep this cell more tamed. Remember, this one was the one that was severe warned just a few moments ago. It's helping to keep that a little bit more tamed as it heads a little bit more east. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look back at our Twitter and see if Mike's posted anything new there. Again, if you haven't already, give us a follow over there at Weather Now Kentucky on Twitter. Mike is actually posting each warning over there as well. So Mike's got the Twitter, and we got the Facebook over here, and the YouTube. StormNet is still lighting up that cell. There we go. Yeah, StormNet still want to light that up. I'll put this in motion for you real quick so you can kind of see just the overall storm motion and evolution. Yeah, Jasmine, there's going to be a lot of lightning with these tonight, a lot of thunder. Wind is really bad in Brandenburg. Thank you for that update there. How long before it gets to Georgetown? Let me go ahead and stop this so I can take a look for you. You probably still got a couple hours. Hart County, you still got a couple hours for it to reach your area as well, and it shouldn't be nearly as severe. You might still have a rogue, strong, severe cell or two, but it shouldn't be nearly as severe. We look over here on YouTube, make sure I'm not missing anything. By the way, thank you to everyone on YouTube for dropping the likes. I appreciate you. Yo, Mr. JC, I appreciate that on watching both YouTube and Facebook. I appreciate all that support. By the way, for those of you that are just now tuning in, first of all, good morning. A lot of you probably waking up to some thunder right now. I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for WNK. We are covering a live severe weather event that is starting to evolve in Kentucky at this time. If you wouldn't mind, if you're on Facebook, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a share button. Put this video on your news feed so that your friends and family can view it as they awake as well. We want to make sure we're getting all the information out to as many folks as possible. So please give us a hand and help out with that by sharing the video on Facebook. On YouTube, you can copy and share the link and send it to whoever you like. I'd appreciate that as well. Jesse, I appreciate that. Cindy, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Megan, I appreciate your report. May, I still think you're at play to see some strong cells that haven't even reached your area yet. So this is just pretty much the first line. We're still looking at a couple more lines behind it. Timing for Lexington, you still got 2 to 3 hours. I do think Glendale, whoever talked about Blue Oval, I do think Glendale gets a couple strong thunderstorms throughout the morning. You probably still have a couple hours or so there as well. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything important. All right, we're good.
Indiana and central Kentucky.
Okay, but I still think the forecast for E-Town to see a couple of strong thunderstorms is still on par. You probably still got about an hour or so.
Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat.
Again, guys, the severe window stays open all the way until 6 a.m. Eastern time, by the way.
Gusts near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time.
Still look like a pretty solid hail threat out there for Fordsville and Hardensburg, by the way. But that was a big lightning strike.
General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with
No, by the way, no one's in the clear yet. I'm seeing a lot of people asking about, can we go to bed? Are we in the clear? Is it safe? Though the severe window, it really just opened, by the way. So now what we do over the next hour or so, kind of look at how things evolve, look at the different layers of the atmosphere, and we'll kind of determine then. But for anyone asking if anything's clear, the only spot that is clear in Kentucky is this portion, southeastern. You'll see thunder shower activity later on this afternoon, or I'm sorry, later on this evening, but we're not expecting anything remotely severe down there. Even up here toward northeastern Kentucky, close to Florence and whatnot, Cynthiana, that area is starting to look less severe as well. Anywhere else, so for 80% of Kentucky, it's no all clear just yet. And it probably won't be for a while. There is no tornado warning in Kentucky. That is correct. Downpouring in Irvington, Highway 333. Thank you for the update there. I appreciate you. What's Vine Grove looking like? Again, I think a strong thunderstorm is about to push its way through Vine Grove here in about 15 to 20 minutes. Kayla, I think I just answered your question. But by the way, yeah, still E-Town, still the forecast is on par. We're still looking at a couple strong cells push through there throughout 6 a.m. What about Mayfield? Mayfield is really far south of the actual main line. You're probably going to need a couple of cells to eventually pop up out here within the next hour or so. So Mayfield's kind of a 50-50. If a cell does pop, it would almost certainly be severe because there's so much energy down there. But you also have a big cap in place. Just kind of a wait and see thing for that area. Again, guys, for anyone asking about specific locations and whatnot, if I don't necessarily get to it, we have several posts on our Twitter and Facebook for you to read. We also have videos on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for you to view as well, and our forecast hasn't changed. StormNet's still lighting up north central Kentucky. Cape isn't really moving anything. I feel like this isn't updating, though. Thank you for the 99 stars. This is Blue Oval and Glendale looking at intense storms. A lot of us are about to head in. Yeah, again, we're still expecting strong storms there, but you're a little bit further south than a lot of the actual storm line that's happening right now. So probably have a couple of hours until it really starts to get going. Again, all modes are on the table, but the main threat being damaging winds.
Tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5 a.m. Central Standard Time for Kentucky. A severe thunderstorm warning remains.
What was that for? Okay.
Until 3 a.m. Central Standard Time for southeastern Hancock, southwestern Breckinridge, and northeastern Ohio counties. At 2:44 a.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located.
What do we have here?
East of Whitesville, moving east at 60 miles per hour.
348, 348.
Full-size hail and 70 miles per hour with gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected.
Interesting.
People and animals outdoors will be injured.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that area. At this area right here, it's not doing it yet, but this area right here, in between Irvington and Radcliffe, so this is likely close to Vine Grove, it is trying to rotate. It's trying to. It's not necessarily doing it yet, but we'll keep an eye on that over the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's not currently warned or anything, but it's trying. It's trying to get there. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a look back out here toward the Fordsville area. Take a look at that one. That's got elevated rotation to it, some perhaps 1-inch diameter hail for Fordsville, maybe southern Hardinsburg, and heading throughout that portion of the area. Okay. I appreciate that update for Valley. I appreciate that. Chastity, I respect that. That's what we're here for. I appreciate all the hearts that are going on YouTube, but thank you guys for all the thumbs up and the likes over there. Once say it's New Haven. I think New Haven's south enough for it to begin weakening, but you can still expect strong thunders. Or strong thunderstorms, sorry. Tyler, I appreciate that. I'm going to have to go get some more Cedron here in a second. Okay, I think we're looking okay. Let's go ahead. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and switch over to the... Why can't I switch over that? There it is. I'm just kind of surfing around the radar at the moment. There is an interesting line out here toward Henderson. Let's take a look at that. What? There's no way. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought I saw a tornado signature right there. It was just because I was on the wrong radar. That was not fun to look at. Okay. That'll wake you up. It's still trying to... It's still trying to. Right there. It's trying to, but the problem that this cell in particular is running into, it's running out of the main pool of energy. So this storm is trying to rotate, the one that's entering western Hardin County, but the problem is it's running out of the actual main pool of energy. But it's trying to. Actually, kind of surprised it's not warned. Let me make sure. Let's go to our Twitter where Mike is posting updates as well. Yeah, it's even lighting up. Yeah. StormNet is lighting up a potential. Holy cow. StormNet is lighting up a potential chance at about 25% for a tornado in that cell. Now, again, this is an experimental website, so we don't take it absolutely verbatim, but we're testing it out tonight. I didn't mean to do that. If we lose power, by the way, if we lose power, because this cell is coming right to my home, okay? So if we lose power, we will post several updates on our Twitter, at WeatherNowKY, so make sure you take a second, go over there, hit the follow button, turn on notifications over there. We will be over there posting updates. I will try to go live from my phone as well, but it all depends on cellular service at that point. So, again, backup plan. If we do lose power here, I'll pull the generator up and try to get it back going, but that might take some time. So make sure you're over on our Twitter, follow and turn on notifications over there. It's really trying to, but it's running into problems. That's a nice burst of winds, though. How is this? I don't know how this isn't warned. Is there anyone near Big Spring that can tell me what this is doing? Ivy, I appreciate that. Thank you for your 28 stars. Okay. Wait, what's this? What's this coming in? So the National Weather Service has put... We got it, thank you.
The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 28, effective until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Tornado Watch just came out.
Central Standard Time. This watch includes the
So the tornado watch is being expanded as we speak.
in Washington. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for
How was this not warned?
weather, including tornadoes.
Okay, thank you. It finally is warned. Okay. I mean, I'm over here. I mean, what we've been all looking at this for the last 5 minutes.
Not be imminent. Persons should remain alert
So severe thunderstorm warning is now active. Okay, you can calm down. Thank you.
for later statements and possible warnings.
Hang on, I gotta go wake my wife up real quick.
Weather radio. Kentucky, southern Herbig County in central Kentucky.
Okay, sorry, I had to wake the wife up so she can go call the family. Okay, my alarm was just blaring at me. What was it for?
3:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 55 a.m. Central Standard Time. A severe thunderstorm.
Tornado watch is out for almost the entire state now. Hey, Ivy, can you message the group chat and ask Mike if he could put the new watch out on the Facebook page as well? Here, I got it.
The following impacts are expected. People and animals
Mike, can you post the new tornado watch on both the Facebook and Twitter pages, please?
sighting, windows, vehicles.
Okay. Sorry, lots going on. Lots going on. So again, I'm in Radcliffe. If this cell continues to trend over toward us, we might lose power here, based upon the winds that I'm seeing. So again, if you are in new severe thunderstorm warning active, first of all, let's take a look at that, and then we'll look at the tornado watch. Southeastern Meade County, southern Breckenridge County, and central Hardin County in central Kentucky until 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that is capable of golf ball sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. Locations impacted include Elizabethtown, Hardinsburg, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, McQuady, Dyer, Constantine, Garfield, Sayre, and Westview.
Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 2:06 a.m.
Why does your family never want to answer their phones whenever something's going on?
Standard Time.
But hey, if you don't answer your phone when they call, it's a problem. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean?
For today and tonight.
So yes, there is a tornado watch active. Let's go ahead and open up WSV3 and we'll take a look at that together. This is our third radar.
Tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles.
So again, this is that severe thunderstorm.
A wind at
Uh,
and now the extended outlook.
why are the watches not on? There we go. So everything that's lit up right now is under a tornado watch. I believe, is this lit up as well? So again, let's turn off our radar here. Let's turn off. Perfect. There we go. Thank you. So again, tornado watch is now active for pretty much all of Kentucky.
Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic.
Tornado watch number 28 is active until 9 a.m. Eastern time. Max hail 1.5 inches, max wind gust 70 mile per hour. Yada yada yada. So let's go ahead and let's take that off. Let's go to the actual graphic. That probably is a lot better. If I could pull this up anyway. Mike should have posted on our Twitter page. He hasn't gotten the chance to do that just yet. Let's go ahead and just pull this up right here. So again, this is the new tornado watch that is active to go along with the other one as well. So now pretty much all of Kentucky is under a tornado watch with the exception of that very bottom southwestern corner. This does include Bowling Green, London, Richmond, Elizabethtown, everywhere in between. Again, there was already a tornado watch active just to the north of that. Now pretty much all of Kentucky is under that tornado watch as well. So again, lots of things unfolding here over the last 10 to 15 minutes. Multiple severe thunderstorms. Let's go ahead and pull our radar back up here. Let's take a look at this cell. Wow, that is some wind that's about to come into northern Hardin County. That is some wind. Let's go ahead and measure this real quickly. We're looking at... Come on, get that dark blue in there.
Thunderstorm activity can be erratic and
63, 67. That says 88, but that's not 88. Trust me.
more information, along with other weather, hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.com.
Again, guys, for those of you that are asking about specific counties and forecasts and whatnot, we have multiple updates on our pages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You can go look at those. Right now, we're kind of live casting the actual event instead of forecasting, really.
In Indiana, Crawford, Detroit,
Let me take a look at my security camera outside, see if we can't see any hail. I really don't want to walk out there.
Lewis, Hancock, Jefferson, and Meade. Remember, a tornado watch
Nothing coming down just yet, but if you guys could only see the lightning that's occurring outside, it's absolutely insane.
tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert to rapidly changing weather conditions.
This one's got that hook going to it. Again, I can't stress this enough. Now, this is not tornado warned, but this cell is really trying to rotate. I mean, it really, truly is. And this is for the Vine Grove and Radcliffe areas. This cell is really trying to rotate. It's not tornado warned at the moment. It might not even be a tornado, but this is really beginning to try and rotate. So make sure you get to your safe spots at this time if you are in northern Hardin County, more specifically Fort Knox to Vine Grove, including Radcliffe.
Will impact southeastern Harrison, southwestern Jefferson, northern Bullitt, and north central Hardin counties through 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 3:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunder.
This is what you guys should be doing as well if stuff starts approaching your family. You got to give them a phone call, wake them up.
Expected hazards include wind gusts. Are expected
Again, they never answer.
knock down trees, blow around unsecured objects.
Again, they never answer.
Minor hail damage
Isn't that funny?
is possible. Locations impacted.
Yes, I did. Get your spots in Radcliffe. Now, again, this is not tornado warned. It might not even be a tornado, but it's got that look to it, that little hook look to it. And when I go look at the wind velocities, it's really cranking up. It's really cranking up. Our saving grace, let's go take a look at the current.
Watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Okay, he finally got that issued. Awesome. Let's take a look at our current field here. So StormNet is really lighting up that northern Hardin County cell for a potential tornado on StormNet. Let's go and take a look. Still not a ton of storm juice there. That's the crazy part, guys. Is there's not really a lot of storm fuel for these storms to exist this morning. This is pretty much just all wind driven and moisture driven. By the way, real quickly, why is Bowling Green under a tornado watch? That's because the conditions are starting to meet the parameters for a tornado watch. By the way, if you wouldn't mind, please hit the share button at the bottom portion of your screen now that this is really beginning to get going. Let's get this video out on your news feed so that your friends and family can view it as well. If you're on YouTube, you can like the video to make it spread out a little bit better, as well as copying the link and sharing it to anybody that may need information.
People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs.
Let me look at the security camera outside and see if we can't see any hail to show you guys.
Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings.
Oh my goodness.
Locations impacted include
It is hailing like crazy.
Radcliffe, Vine Grove, McQuady, Dyer, Constantine, Garfield, Southeast Reed, and West.
I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me go ahead and turn this to the side. So I'm in Radcliffe where the storm is currently strongest, okay? I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not through the camera.
Standard time for Central Kentucky.
So that you're seeing kind of fly around, that is large enough hail to be picked up by the camera outside. And that's, of course, now that I pull it up, it's slowing down a little bit. If only you guys could hear this.
Here is the hazardous weather outlook.
Of course, come on, George, angle the camera correctly. There we go.
From 1:06 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, and of course now, as soon as I pull it away, there you go. Isn't that funny how that works? So and that is hail, by the way. That is not rain. That is not bugs. That is hail that's being thrown. And again, I am in Radcliffe.
Tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
Yeah. About what? No, it's okay. It's just hailing at the moment. Okay.
The extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time.
Sorry, we're trying to alert the other parts of the family that live with us, or live near us as well, I should say. Let's go ahead and put this back on. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys. Yeah, I had a...
Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions.
One sec.
Hydrological and climate information can be found in weather.gov/Lumigo. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 2:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 1:06 a.m. Central Standard Time for portions of south central Indiana and central Kentucky for today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours.
Sorry, when there was a lightning strike just a moment ago, I thought I saw funnel clouds. I wanted to make sure. No tornadoes have been confirmed or even warned on this cell. It was just looking like it for a moment on radar. Let's take a look and see if it's still looking like it. No, it's starting to calm down now quite a bit. Perfect. Okay, so that cell is beginning to calm quite a bit.
Miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm
Again, if you're just not tuning in, severe thunderstorm warning is active for portions of Meade, Breckinridge, and Hardin counties in north central Kentucky. That is for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and up to golf ball sized hail. I can tell you, it wasn't really golf ball sized. It was a little bit bigger than marble. I would say quarters. No, yeah, maybe a little bit bigger than quarter.
Standard Time or 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Calming down for Radcliffe. Yeah, it appears that cell that's a warned anyway is calming down now. You still have this second cell right here to come through. That's also producing some hail as well as strong winds.
This morning across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms.
Yeah, so even for places like, let's say, western Elizabethtown, Raineyville, St. John, Cecilia, Big Spring, Custer, those places are up next for some strong hail and winds.
Outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time.
Again, if you're just now tuning in, let's go ahead and pull this back up once more. There is a new tornado watch that has been issued, and it does pretty much include the entire state of Kentucky. So we have the other watch that's been issued for the northern portions. So basically, you can fill in the gaps here. Pretty much the entire state of Kentucky is under a tornado watch at this time, except for the far, far southeastern portions, as well as the far, far southwestern portions. Let me see if we can pull up. We pull it up on Radar Omega. We might be able to.
Along with other weather, hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.gov/Lumigo.
Oh, perfect. It looks
Here is
okay.
hazardous weather.
That looks terrible, but you kind of get the idea. Tornado watch active for pretty much everywhere except for Madisonville, Hopkinsville, Murray, and then out for Pikeville and very, very, very far northeastern Kentucky, which seems to always, that county always is left out of almost every watch for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But pretty much, generally for the entire state of Kentucky, under area tornado watch all the way until 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of a severe thunderstorm.
There we go. I was wondering why it was looking like that. I don't know why that got turned all the way up. But this is your tornado watch that is active. Pretty much, again, for everywhere except for Murray, Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Mayfield, not under a tornado watch. Pikeville, not under a tornado watch. Harlan, not under a tornado watch. Everywhere else, under a tornado watch until 9 a.m. Eastern time. Which I'm not quite sure why they put it out that long, but you get the point.
5 miles per hour.
All right, let's go ahead and turn that back off so it doesn't look too messy. There we go. Perfect. So this is the main area of interest at this moment. Then this storm will become the area of interest, and then this little blob of rain out here, that will eventually turn into the next round to push in over the next few hours. So quite a long time frame here to deal with. Thank you guys for all the shares on Facebook. I appreciate that. I see all the hearts coming across the screen on both YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much. Significant temperature drop. I appreciate that report there on YouTube. Eerily quiet in the falls, no rain, nothing, a little bit of lightning. Thank you for that report there. Hailing hard in Hardinsburg. Thank you for that report. A little bit of go, Megan, on YouTube. Ratcliffe, you could probably come out of your safe spots. There was just that brief moment where it was beginning to rotate. It doesn't really look like it's rotating anymore. Now this one down here to the south is looking like it's trying to rotate. So again, storms are really trying to rotate. They're really trying to become tornadic, but they're being limited just enough. So far, things are being limited just enough. I know it sounds crazy given how loud it sounds outside. Oh man, the other side of the street just lost their power. That sucks for them. I was wondering why it got real dark out there. Literally the other side of the street is out of power. All their porch lights just went off. That's really unfortunate. I guess we got pretty lucky right here. But to be fair, we just had a new pole installed, I think, a year and a half ago, because we kept losing power, even for the smallest storms. No, Ben, the severe window is not over. Yeah, you could exit your safe spots. There was that brief moment where it looked like it was rotating. I don't think anything really happened, but a lot of hail did occur, so it might have been an elevated rotation. JT, I wouldn't tell anyone to go to bed just yet. So for anyone asking if they can go to bed, I mean, absolutely you can. As long as you have your phone ringer turned on and can wake up lightly and get those alerts, you should be fine. But if you're really wanting to like be critical, there's no clearance for anyone just yet. Thank you, Katie, for that report over there on Facebook. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the shares. Whitney, Alexi, Stacy, Brittany, Brandy, Nancy, Aaron, Dolores, everyone else. Thank you guys all for the shares on Facebook. And by the way, once again, if we do lose power, I want to tell you once more, follow our Twitter. Mike's over there posting update after update. If we do lose power, we'll be over there posting several updates. So make sure you go follow our Twitter at WeatherNowKY over there. Turn on notifications as well. All that good stuff I'm not going to bore you with. StormNet is beginning to light up western Kentucky. This is for Elizabethtown, Missouri. That's really ironic. Morganfield, places along that western Kentucky border going into the Illinois border and Missouri border. StormNet is beginning to light up that area as well for a potential uptick on the tornado parameter. Nothing significant yet. The only significant spot is still that cell that's exiting Hardin County right now, but I can tell you that it's really, really weakening. But it's still, whoa. Why is that not warned? I'm not the only one seeing this, am I? So this is a pretty clear signature of rotation. It's not tight enough yet to say, hey, there's a tornado on the ground, but it's absolutely approaching that point. We need to keep an eye on this area. This is for, you can even see the hell parameter ticking back up. This is between Lebanon Junction and Shepherdsville. And then the hell parameter is really beginning to tick up on the southern part of this cell. This will actually be approaching the Wrightyville area and going through southern Vine Grove and northern Elizabethtown. So again, this just shows you that no one's safe to really go to bed just yet. Windows are still open for multiple rounds of strong weather. Running card and Muldrow. Thank you for that update there, Sarah. I appreciate that. Yeah, Angie, a lot of these cells have started to echo out, or bow out is what the technical term is, but they haven't been fully allowed to do it just yet, so we're still holding on to that little bit of a cap. Andrea, thank you for the update there. I appreciate you. Ashley, just give it time. Again, none of this was on the radar even an hour ago. So, guys, with an event like this, it's really easy to look at the radar and say, hey, nothing close to me. This is an event that's evolving over our area. So it's something that we don't usually get too often. Usually for our systems, there's storm lines that already existed that are moving into our area. This is a storm system that's literally popping up over Kentucky, southern Indiana, and Missouri, and moving its way east. So don't look at the radar and get tricked into thinking nothing's even near you. This is something that's going to be evolving over the next couple of hours. Even out here, just looking out here to the west, none of this was here. This was like just regular rain showers, right? But this will do exactly what this did over here. Just an hour ago, this right here looked like this right here. So you got to keep in mind that this is an evolving system. So it's not going to look like anything really scary on the radar. Then you look back again after 30 minutes and boom, thunderstorms everywhere. That's kind of what happened back toward 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning. Steven, thank you for your 500 stars. I appreciate that. Jonathan Meredith, so new tornado watch for the Bowling Green and Warren County area tornado risk. Yes, Jonathan, tornado watch is issued for those locations. I still think the tornado risk is quite low for the Bowling Green area specifically, but nonetheless, National Weather Service felt good enough to issue that watch there. Carolyn with the 20 stars as well. Thank you so much for y'all's kindness. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna leave the radar up. I'm gonna go tell the wife she can go back to sleep for now because she's 7 months pregnant, and if I don't tell her she can go back to sleep, I might not be able to make it back to the camera. A little joke to lighten up the mood a little bit. All right, we're back. Amber, thank you for your 20 stars. I appreciate that. Sounds and looks bad in Elizabethtown, so we'd be worried. I'm tired, but don't know if I should fall asleep or not. You're currently under a severe thunderstorm warning for 1.5 inch diameter hail and up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Although it looks like the storm is trending just to the northern side of Elizabethtown. Again, for those of you that are just now waking up and tuning in, first of all, good morning. Sorry to wake you up this way. There is a tornado watch that has been extended. Let's go ahead and pull that back up and show you real quickly. Tornado watch does now exist for pretty much all. It sounds like a train is pushing through my house. That's why I keep taking the headset off. Yeah, Chris, I'm in Radcliffe, and it sounds like a train is blowing through. But if you're just not tuning in, there is an extended tornado watch that has been expanded for pretty much all of Kentucky. Once again, it does not include this corner down here. Let me go ahead and make that a different color because that looks really confusing. So this area is not included. This area is not included, and this little county for some reason is not included, which that counties always get left out for some reason up there. Tornado watch does go until 9 a.m. Eastern time. I don't think we're going to need it all the way to 9 a.m. Eastern time, but that's what the National Weather Service put it out for. Ooh, that one is really curving up there. Some really big burst of winds about to push through central Hardin County, 65 mile per hour or so, about to push through northern between Vine Grove and Elizabethtown in Hardin County, Kentucky. No other severe warnings present at this time. I'm kind of surprised so far that this area out here toward western Kentucky has kind of stayed tamed. We'll see how that trends for basically these areas right here. We'll see how this line right here trends. I'm kind of surprised it stayed pretty tame so far. We'll see once again how that evolves over the next little bit. Katie, I think southeastern Kentucky, more toward your area. If I remember correctly, you're in London. I think they'll be in your area at that time, but should be exiting your area at that time. I want to thank you guys real quickly again on Facebook for all the shares and likes that we're seeing over there. I appreciate that. On YouTube, we just hit our peak viewer count over there. Thank you guys so much. That's a record. I appreciate you all. Robbie, thank you so much for helping us keep us safe. Thank you for that comment on YouTube. Holy moly, the wind is picking up in Mayfield. Yeah, Chastity, that's that cold front moving in. By the way, when you wake up Wednesday morning, after you get a late night nap here, the temperature is going to feel a lot different. This is all the result of a cold front pushing through. Fort Campbell, you probably still got about an hour and a half or so. Kayla, it's hard to say at this moment. Marion County, you're under a tornado watch until 9 a.m. Eastern time. Kayla, thank you for the update there. Yeah, I just caught a video on my security camera. It was about almost golf ball size here in Radcliffe about 10 minutes ago. Not quite golf ball size, but I would say between quarter and golf ball size. I still think Hardin County's still at play. You're under that tornado watch till 9 a.m. Eastern time now. So again, we're having to watch all the way until late morning, or I'm sorry, mid morning. Bowling Green is now under tornado watch as well, so you need to be paying attention for a while as well. Militia, I know I just butchered that name, but thank you so much for your 500 stars, and appreciate the kindness. Gumball, I meant to say golf ball. Again, for those asking about the time frame, tornado watch goes till 9 a.m. Eastern time, so we watch until 9 a.m. Eastern time. Once this pesky tells her another. Yeah, Sierra. So we're still looking at multiple waves of storms, not just one line this morning. What about Louisville? Still under that tornado watch till 9 a.m. Eastern time as well. Although on the Louisville side of things are beginning to weaken up there, but we'll continue to watch things for you. Eric, thank you for that report. Hoping it stays away from us, Chastity. I hope it stays away from you as well. What time will it hit Mayfield this morning? Probably about an hour and a half or so. Hail is bad in Radcliffe. Steven, thank you for that report there. It's common Bowling Green. That'll probably change over the next couple of hours. Again, pretty much everyone in Kentucky is under a tornado watch. So for those that are asking if we're going to see anything, if we're going to get anything, I think the majority of Kentucky will see strong to severe weather this morning. Well, Chris, we're right here for you. Okay, we're going to take a look at the... Don't need to see that. Storm net's starting to calm down in central Kentucky now. Now it's starting to light up more of western Kentucky. So now you can start to see some of the shifting begin to occur. This first line of storms is beginning to weaken a little bit. I wouldn't say it's really weakened so far, but it's beginning to weaken a little bit. Now the second line of storms is starting to become a little bit more dominant. A brief pocket of 1,000 Cape right there. Where's that at? That's for Murray. We'll have to keep an eye on that area. Again, if you haven't already, follow our Twitter. If we do lose power here in Radcliffe, we will be posting several updates to our Twitter. You can turn on notifications there at WeatherNowKY over there on Twitter. Let's go and take a current look at the current dew points. You can see the cold front's actually entering western Kentucky right now. So if we're to click on these temperatures, you probably see a dip. So yeah, so look at this. Majority of Kentucky, upper 60s, low 70s. Cold front that's carrying that storm line that we saw back out there toward Henderson and Evansville, Indiana. That's actually the cold front entering western Kentucky. That was a big lightning strike. That's actually the cold front entering western Kentucky. Temperatures already dropped 20 degrees in a matter of 30 minutes. That's how strong the cold front is. So temperatures are going to feel real different when the actual main line gets through. So that's why we're telling you guys, no one's really safe just yet, because the actual main line has only just now entered Western Kentucky, and that will scoot all the way through Kentucky throughout the next 3 to 4 hours. So this is that cold front we're talking about out here. This is the line of storms that's associated with it. And when you're talking about a cold front that's just behind a line of storms, you get a lot of forcing to occur, and that's why this line is a little bit more concerning than this line. This line should begin to weaken as it lifts northeast. This line should begin to strengthen as it scoots east.
A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa, for saying that. So for those of you that are asking, like, if your specific location is going to see a tornado specifically, it's impossible to predict that absolutely down to the zip code. I just want to make sure that's very clear. All we can do is give a general outlook and what the ingredients look like. If the storms actually do it, that's one thing. But if a tornado actually hits, it's impossible to tell in the future where a tornado is going to track exactly on point. 7:55 a.m. might be a messy time frame for Bowling Green. Yeah, Vine Grove. Yeah, you guys. No one needs to be in their safe zone at this time. I mean, there was some pockets of rotation, but they were mostly elevated. So I think I said about 10 minutes. You guys can. I think I said about 10 minutes ago. You guys can come out. But yeah, at this time, no real pockets of rotation. We're taking a look around. We're not really seeing anything. There is some tight winds right here, just to the north of Elizabethtown. Once again, but that's elevated, so that's why we're seeing more of a hail threat. If you look down here to bottom left, that's pretty much your hail map, if you will. That's why we're seeing a hail threat, not necessarily tornadoes at this current time, because the threat or these storms are actually still a little bit higher into the atmosphere. They're not as close to the ground.
Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm
Mods, if you're in here, you can go ahead and start suspending for 15 minutes if people keep spamming.
northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the
Do it only if they spam it 3 more times. I don't want to accidentally time anyone out, but we're starting to get to the point where we're answering the same question. And I'm not trying to be rude in any way, guys. I want to make it clear we're covering 120 counties here, so we can't keep focusing just on the same zip code. It's not to be rude or anything at all. I don't want anyone to take it that way. It's just a matter of trying to spread awareness for everyone, include everyone. Yeah, I still don't know what's going on with your moderation. I really don't know why it's doing that.
counties through 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 4:28 a.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah, so this first round isn't really doing anything to the energy. So we know this first round is in north central Kentucky. When I go in here and I pull up the actual energy chart, it's not really doing anything to it. So I still think all modes of severe weather are capable for everywhere right now. Just a matter of if the storms will realize its energy. Chastity, thank you for the report there. I appreciate that. New warning must be issued. We got the radio going off again. Okay, we got it. Thank you. Appreciate that. So for those, some warning has been issued once again. It started to downturn a little bit. This same warning was for 1.75 inches diameter hail and 70 mile per hour wind. Now it's 1 inch, 60 mile per hour winds. This is for South Central Spencer, Nelson County in Central Kentucky, Northwestern Washington County, Southern Bullitt County, and East Central Hardin County in Central Kentucky. The threat is a 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter size hail, as we mentioned. Again, locations impacted include Elizabethtown, Bardstown, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, Lebanon Junction, Bloomfield, Fairfield, Wakefield, Samuelsfield Airport, and Booker in Kentucky. That goes to 5 a.m. Eastern Time. The hell woke me up out of my sleep. I know it was wild out there for a little bit. Winds are causing power to cut in and out in Oakland, Kentucky. Thank you for the update there. I appreciate you. Amber, I think 5:30 a.m. is probably going to be a messy time frame because you're probably going to have a lot of this start to move into Louisville at that time. Yeah, the wind is absolutely insane. That's what we mentioned earlier on our forecast update at 8 p.m. Is that the wind was absolutely the primary threat tonight because even if you don't get tornadic activity, 70, 75 mile per hour winds, even 60 mile per hour winds, that can cause several damages. Thank you, we got it. Big hail in Ryanville, E-Town by area by John Harden. Thank you for the update there. Yeah, that's what the severe thunderstorm warning is for. That is pushing out to the east. If we take a look at our hail parameters down here, you can see that it's really lit up between Radcliffe and E-Town, heading for Lebanon Junction, and then going toward Lawrencetown and Bloomfield after that. It's okay, Ivy. I still don't understand why it's not letting me fix your stuff up. It's unfortunate. Again, Tornado Watch goes until 9 a.m. Eastern time, everyone. Okay, I'm going to pull the radar. I'm going to leave the radar up. I got to go get some water, or else I'm not going to have a voice left. Let's go ahead and put that right there. Perfect. Uno momento, everybody. By the way, yeah, never mind. All right. We're good to go now. Refill the water. Someone said they enjoyed the nice weather. Now they regret it. That's why I was trying to warn you guys. Everyone was wanting the warmer weather to come in, and anytime we get warm weather in Kentucky in the middle of winter, it almost always comes at a price. All right, I'm gonna take a second and try to fix our moderator stuff up.
Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions. More information, along with other weather, hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.gov/Louisville. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time. For Indiana, South Central Indiana, East Central Kentucky, North Central Kentucky,
Okay.
and Northwest Kentucky.
See if that fixed it.
Today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of
I don't know why it's not.
near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind
I don't understand.
effect through the afternoon.
Sometimes Facebook wants to be the weirdest thing in the world.
Now the extended outlook for the period Thursday.
Okay. Second storm is hitting Vine Grove now, I think. Yeah, it's just the back edge of the precipitation.
Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather.
Thank you for all you do turning in for a nap. My watch has ended. I appreciate you tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you to all the new subscribers on YouTube, by the way.
Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and
I think about 5:30 to 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time is the main time frame for Georgetown, by the way.
other weather. Hydrological and climate information can be
All right, let's take a look at new model runs should be in.
This is a special weather
Probably pretty similar to what we've been seeing, though.
in Kentucky,
Yeah.
Bullitt, and Nelson. Strong thunderstorms will impact Spencer, Central Shelby, North Central.
Thank you to all the new followers on Twitter, by the way. I appreciate that. I think once we get to 750 is when we said we were going to do another giveaway over there. So thank you guys for all the new followers. I appreciate that. Also, again, if we lose power, that's where we'll be doing the main work over there. Mike has been absolutely killing it on Twitter tonight. He's covering that for us while we cover the Facebook and YouTube side of things. You can see he's posting every update of the warnings. So major shout out to him. I appreciate that. Is this live currently? I would hope so.
The following impacts are expected. Gusty winds could not be
Looks like this is becoming a lot of precipitation. So this is what we're looking. This is what we want to see, by the way. So again, if this holds, it's 50-50. But if we look out here, we see a lot of rain being built in on the back side of this. This is going to help to weaken the storms. Now, the only bad thing that I'm seeing so far is that we're starting to see this begin to split off from the rest of it. If that continues to be the case, this little cluster of cells will be strong as they head back into the same area that's already been hit. So, we'll keep an eye on that trend over the next 20 to 30 minutes there. Elizabeth, I freaking love that comment so much. She said, I'm 39 weeks pregnant in Brandenburg while going to labor from the storm. That is one of the best comments I've seen. That's one of the best comments I've seen, truly. Send a picture of Messenger of the hell size of Rhineyville. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you for that.
Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Cal City, moving east at 55 miles per hour.
So this was the hell size in Rhineyville.
Gusts up to 50 miles per hour and any size hail.
I'm trying to...
This is a radar indicated threat.
There we go. Perfect. I was trying to do that without sharing all your information. It looks like it's probably about quarter size. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Minor hail damage
Yeah, about quarter size.
possible.
Looks like we got some more pictures that are being sent in. By the way, if you want your pictures featured or videos featured, just send them to our Facebook Messenger. This is from Kayla from Rhineyville as well. Basically the same image. Huge hail in Rhineyville's report there.
They're seeking shelter inside a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5
Okay,
p.m.
rest of those are just questions.
time for South Central Indiana.
All right, I think we're good there.
Kentucky. The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for South Central Spencer County in Central Kentucky, Nelson County in Central Kentucky, Northwestern Washington County in Central Kentucky,
I still don't know. I've given...
County in Central Kentucky,
I don't know what that is. I'll have to message our agent with Facebook. I don't know why that's not working.
at 4:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, the winds are absolutely the main thing with this because once again, it's a cold front that's being attached to it. That's the main forcing coming into a really warm environment. The winds will absolutely be whipping.
This is a radar indicated threat.
Why does the 24-hour radar on my weather app look so different than the current radar? That's because, once again, weather apps use very generic algorithms to produce their radars. So you have to be careful on which apps that you're using. Most of them are actually very terrible. Truly.
Fairfield, Wakefield, Samuelsfield,
Exactly. 24-hour radar is just basically an algorithm from previous models that are all put into one to try to make a average solution. They're not at all reliable.
in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard
Bardstown, Nelson County, under severe thunderstorm warning at this time, mainly for small hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Big claps of thunder in Vine Grove. Thank you for the update there, Tiffany. I'm off 60 on Hobbs and a super calm here besides that really loud thunder that just come through. What is the best free weather app? For me, it's probably Weather Underground or aka Wonderground. Just again, be careful of looking at live radars on weather apps because all of them are going to just have algorithms instead of actual radars. Shepherdsville and Bullock County under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. I believe that includes you. It's close, so just south of Shepherdsville. Still expecting multiple rounds of severe weather throughout these mid-morning to late morning hours. It's getting bad in Radcliffe. Thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. Brian, thank you for your update there in Owensboro. Second round looks like it'll be worse in major areas you're worried about. It's hard to say whether it'd be worse or not. Really what we're doing now is just kind of watching to see how this area interacts. And now if this splits off and it starts to go ahead, then we probably have something to be concerned about. If it stays with this big bulk of rain right here, not as much concern. So all about watching and seeing how that interacts. Jennifer, thank you for your 20 stars. I appreciate that. Thank you for your kindness so much. Yeah, so even if you're not seeing like thunder showers or anything like that, the winds are still absolutely whipping. Non-thunderstorm winds is kind of what they're referred to. I want to say real quickly, thank you guys again for all the shares, the hearts that are going on, the likes, even seeing some laughing emojis over there on Facebook. Thank you so much for all of your help there. All of that helps to spread the video out to help us get more people informed, and that's the goal. So thank you so much for your help with all of that. On YouTube, we just hit our record viewer count once more. Thank you so much for your support over there and all the new subscribers and all the likes on the video. Thank you so much. Pay for a good app. I'm not really sure. I don't use weather apps, so I really couldn't give you great recommendations on it. I really couldn't. Now, the radar, I'll tell you, the radar app that I use on my phone is called Radar Scope. It's a little bit more difficult to figure out if you're just a casual viewer. I'll tell you what I use, and then you can kind of figure out if you want to use it or not. I use Radar Scope, and then this app right here that I have on my PC is also on the phone as well, called Radar Omega. Those both do cost money, but again, if you really want a better radar, you're going to have to pay some money for it. There's not really a great free radar. There really isn't. Yeah, so I use Pivotal Weather for the weather models on the website, but we have a commercial license. So again, just the one severe cell so far. I'm really surprised because this area has better energy available for it. This area, truly, guys, just barely any energy available, and then you still have that 1 to 2 cells that have been going on for about an hour now. It's really still hanging on, and I'm surprised because once again, this is the better area for storm energy. This is the worst area for storm energy. There's not much there. Because, again, when we go back and we look at the actual charts here, again, thank you to all the new followers. We're actually about to hit 700 on Twitter. Thank you so much for that. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here. When we go back and look at it, you can see these big red circles. That indicates our CAPE values. Anything over 500 is a little bit more favorable. This 1,000 marker down here is really favorable. So southwestern Kentucky, we might have to keep an eye on you over the next hour or so down there. But if you look at it, the better energy is positioned in western Kentucky right now. There's a little bit of energy available in southern Indiana going toward Ohio, and then a little bit of energy for some reason all the way over here toward eastern Kentucky, although I think that might be incorrect because it just doesn't make sense with the way everything else is shaped. But the better energy is by far out in western Kentucky, and this line is just... Now, don't get me wrong, it's strong, and I'm sure that it's sounding mean, with a lot of thunder. We're seeing several lightning strikes. What am I hearing? I keep hearing them. I keep hearing stuff tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. I think I've had too much coffee and Monster. But this area definitely has the better energy available, and it's just kind of staying tamed for the most part. At the moment, anyway. We'll see if that changes.
weather outlook. Each at 4:06 a.m. or 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time. For East Central Kentucky,
Catherine, I hope you get some good sleep.
North
Where are you located in the live from? So we cover all of Kentucky, but me specifically, I'm located in northern Harnett County in Radcliffe.
strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region.
Mark, I do believe Butler County's under the tornado watch till 9 a.m. Eastern time. Constant lightning in Owensboro. Brian, thank you for the update there.
40 miles per hour at times today. A wind and
What about Grants County and Litchfield? Under that tornado watch as well until 9 a.m. Eastern time, so we need to keep an eye out for you until that time frame.
Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information.
Frankfurt under that tornado watch as well. Pretty much everyone in the state is under that tornado watch.
General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour.
Okay, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Users of this
Are we looking good?
must be aware that
I gotta turn my phone back off.
constantly evolving.
There we go.
And be prepared for changing conditions.
Yeah, so for those of you that are on YouTube, I know this video kind of goes out to a lot of folks, but we really mainly only focus on Kentucky. The reason we do that is this is where we're educated on. I don't like to go where I'm not educated on, because when you go to different places, they got different levels of altitude, geography, topography, different stuff that affects storms. I don't like to go where I'm not educated on. Hope you can respect that.
Central Indiana, east central Kentucky, north central
Bailey, that's what I would do. I mean, if you got a nice little comfy spot in there and they're sleeping, just let them be.
scattered strong to severe
Linda, Kentucky still got a long time until it reaches your area.
damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
No, we mentioned earlier that the first wave would go north of Hodgenville, and it did. So it's well north of Hodgenville. Hodgenville, you're like right down here. That storm is way north of you, or that wave. Jenna says, thank you for all you do. When is the second round going to hit Elizabethtown? You probably have, unless more cells develop, you probably have an hour to 2 hours. Live in the middle of Barstown. It's calm right now. Looks like that storm is lifting just to the north of you. Let's go ahead and take a look back on radar scope, make sure nothing mischief is going on there.
Users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly
Still looking at a nice little hell core just to the west of Barstown that's going to be in there probably in about 5 minutes or so. So for whoever just said something about Barstown, the hell core is just to your west, give it about 5 minutes. Things are going to get really rowdy there. Not really large hell, though. Probably about quarter size.
This is a special weather statement.
Take a look back out here toward western Kentucky. I am seeing a nice little hell core toward Masonville, Kentucky as well. So not severe thunderstorm warned, but looking at a nice little hell core out there for Masonville, Kentucky. And let's go take a look back out here for far western Kentucky. Then, ooh, what's... I got a freaking fly or something flying around me.
Thunderstorm near Tell City.
So look at what we see here. We see an outflow boundary beginning to pop off. This should help to pull the storms out more and create more precipitation, which would allow them to begin to weaken. So even for western Kentucky, your storms are already beginning to weaken as well, which is just surprising to me because, again, the better energy is out there for western Kentucky. Like this out here, once again, barely has any energy to work with. It's like, for example, if you have your car, okay, let's say you got your tank of gas. This probably has
Outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside.
a fourth of a tank to work with, okay? Barely anything. You got about 30 miles until you run out of gas. This out here has about a half a tank to work with, okay? You probably got about 100 miles till you run out of gas. So it's really surprising to me. And that's why weather is not a perfect science, right, guys? That's why we said you know, it's super hard, especially for severe weather in winter. It's super hard to predict exactly where things are going to go because you can have an environment, right, that's better suited for severe weather out here to do almost nothing. Now, don't get me wrong, thunderstorms are occurring and they're probably loud and there's small pockets of hail, but for the most part, I'm telling you that this could be worse out here. This could be far worse. So we're getting lucky on that aspect of things. And then you got this area out here from let's say, what was it? It was Barstown to Radcliffe to Elizabethtown, and then back out here toward Owensboro. This area right here, almost no storm fuel to work with, almost none to work with, and it's been producing up to golf ball size tail off and on, and up to 70-mile-per-hour winds off and on. So it's beautiful what these things are capable of, even in just like the most opposite aspect of things. And I got this one little fly that won't leave me alone. Radcliffe sounding rough right now. Yeah, it looks like it's just a casual thunderstorm. There might maybe some more hail involved with it, but overall, it looks like it's more loud than anything. I'm not really seeing anything rotating. I'm not really seeing a big hail core. There's a small one. Don't get me wrong, but it's not anything big. Now, this storm out here toward Irvington is one worth watching. Is one that's worth watching. It's got a little bit of a bigger hail core with it. This one right here. Also seeing a little bit of a correlation drop down here, which may indicate that this thing is trying to rotate a little bit more than currently advertised. So we're going to keep an eye on this for a second. We're going to keep an eye on this for a second. Tyler, I mean, again, it's just really hard to say. Like we just explained, you know, even in the better area of energy, storms are underperforming. In the area where there's hardly any energy, storms are overperforming. So that's why I haven't told anyone, hey, it's weakening, or hey, it's safe to go to bed, because you just don't really know. Pull the marker out. Thank you. And I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm yelling at my computer. Yeah, right there. Let's take a look at the... Again, just no real fuel for it, though. I don't understand. And not that I don't understand. I know what's happening. But it's just kind of amazing to me that this is... Interesting. Interesting. Now, this one near Irvington is trying to begin rotating. It's not doing it yet. And it might drop back down again. We saw this before where it was beginning to rotate near Irvington and then just kind of stopped. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. You can kind of see the shape of it being formed right there. We're gonna keep an eye on that sucker right there. Let's go ahead and push this back over here to this radar. You can even kind of see it on this radar as well. Disregard the tornado warning siren. That's up for Ohio. Disregard the tornado warning siren. That's up for Ohio. That's not for us here in Kentucky. Are we gonna go to sleep? No, no one's been cleared yet. What am I hearing? Something weird's happening in Radcliffe. I'm hearing something outside. It sounds like one sec. Yes, Gina, it is. Okay, it looks like it's losing a little bit of its energy. I'm not really seeing as tight of a rotation now as I was. Honestly, not really seeing a whole lot with it. That's a good trend. That's a good trend. Let's check this cell over here. To the Bardstown cell. That one's really beginning to weaken as well. Actually, like a tilt one, tilt one, tilt one. Yeah. So this cell is beginning to weaken as well. I imagine they'll let that severe thunderstorm warning expire for the Bardstown and Nelson County area, and then heading out toward Bloomfield, of course. Now let's take a check back in on these cells out to the west. Okay, all looking good there. All right, turn this back on now. I keep feeling like I'm hearing something outside. I think I'm losing my mind tonight or this morning.
Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region. The severe thunderstorm warning for south central Spencer.
Anyone else's live frozen? I think we're still good, aren't we? I think we're still good, aren't we? Can someone just tell that person that maybe close out the stream or the app and open it back up? This might sound like a dumb question. What's it looking like for school since the watch morning goes until 9 a.m.? Kids usually get ready by 6-ish. I don't know how school systems will handle that. I think, I think most of them will be fine. Because it's not like it's one of those things where it's going to last for a while. I mean, I guess at the most, maybe a couple could delay an hour or so. But I'm not really seeing a school system cancel for a tornado watch. But we also live in a different time where you can go to class online. So I don't know how school systems will handle that.
For east central Kentucky, north central Kentucky, northwest Kentucky, and south central Kentucky for today and tonight.
Yes, you are under a tornado watch. Whoever was asking about Bloomfield, you're under a tornado watch till 9 a.m. Eastern time.
And isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
What's your KD, Katie?
Storms will gust near 40 miles.
It's just frozen. Not really sure what to tell that person then.
Afternoon hours.
WLKY has already posted delays. Yeah, I figured there could be some delays, but I don't think anyone will cancel school. At least, I mean, I wouldn't. But again, I don't know how school systems think.
Has along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west south.
All right, everything's looking good there. That cell is weakened a little bit.
Beware of that thunderstorm
Take a look back out here toward this area.
evolving.
That one looks pretty good.
Caution and be prepared for change.
Okay, no severe warnings. First time. How long have we been live?
And climate information can be found.
An hour and 54 minutes. First time in almost 2 hours. No severe warnings. We'll sit here and keep an eye on it with you guys though. Well, Tiffany, we've been live for an hour and 55 minutes, and I'm gonna give it about 10 more minutes. If nothing pops off, we'll take a break, and we'll kind of just play it by ear.
And northwest Kentucky for today and tonight.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a hailstorm going through there right now in Daviess County, but nothing severe. Nothing severe limits anyway. Now there are a couple of special weather statements out there, but those are not severe.
40 miles per hour at night.
Is Irvington good? Again, I'm not giving the all clear to anyone because we are under tornado watch until 9 a.m. Eastern time. For now, this wave is beginning to weaken as it heads east, so this wave will begin to weaken out there. That makes the way for this wave to start dropping a little bit more south, and there goes the severe thunderstorm warning that I was waiting for. That's why I didn't get off, because I knew that was going to get warned. That is for out here in Owensboro, or just the east of Owensboro. Let's go ahead and take a look over here, switch radars. Yeah. Wait, what is that? Yeah, we got it.
National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Hancock County and central Kentucky,
Oh my goodness. Let me click on the severe thunderstorm box. Thank you very much. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for southeastern Hancock County in central Kentucky, Breckinridge County in central Kentucky, northeastern Ohio County in central Kentucky until 4:30 a.m. Central Time. At 4 a.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Whitesville, moving east at 75 mile per hour. The hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. Locations impacted include Hardinsburg, Irvington, Fordsville, McQuady, Dyer, Ralph, Seary, Burris, Big Spring, and Tar Fork. I will tell you that this one, let's take a look at this again. Yeah, this one is absolutely trying to rotate. Now, what we need to look at this moment, we're going to pull this off. So this is for Fordsville. Again, not a whole lot of energy there. So this is probably an elevated severe thunderstorm. Basically meaning this is probably looking more at a hail threat, which that's what we're seeing right there. That hail core is really lightened up. So we're probably approaching, quarter size, golf ball size hail. Maybe not golf ball size, but quarter size hail. Yeah, that's what they have the warning for. But that one is. So if you look right here to your top right portion of the screen, where you see this bright green and blue next to this red, that's a little bit of an indication of rotation. Now, there isn't a big correlation drop. There isn't a clear comma being made on the reflectivity, so I wouldn't say this is tornadic. However, this can have increased wind gust and increased hail size briefly. Now, this is for Fordsville, exiting Whitesville, and then this will be heading out toward the east. So, again, this is exiting the Deanfield area, heading toward Fordsville, Askham, Van Zant, Glandine, McQuady, Tar Fork, Mattingly, Easton, Victoria Crossroads, Roseville, and then eventually out toward Hardinsburg and Kingswood. I'll go ahead and put the tracker up on it for you so you can kind of see how this is tracking and kind of get a better idea. That's not the one I wanted. It's actually moving at 75 mile per hour. So it'll be in Easton in about 6 minutes, Fordsville in 4 minutes, Cabot in about 6 minutes, Tar Fork in 9 minutes, McQuady in 12 minutes, Hardinsburg 16 minutes, and Woodrow in about 21 minutes. Chassis, those will have a special weather statement attached to them. They're not necessarily severe level met, but they are strong. Caleb, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. If it holds together, Shania, I hope I'm saying that correctly, it would be going toward Vine Grove, yes. I want to take a real quick second once again to thank everyone for all the likes and shares on Facebook. I appreciate you guys' help with that. Again, if you haven't already, share the video on your news feed so that your friends and family can view this as well. We want to make sure everyone is staying up to date on what to expect on YouTube. Thank you for all the new subscribers over there, all the hearts that are coming across the screen over there as well. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Thank you guys a lot for your all support and helping us spread the information. So yeah, this one out here is showing a little bit of rotation with it. Now, there's not a lot of surface energy with it. So that means that this rotation is probably elevated, which is helping to increase the hail risk. So you see the bright green right there next to the red. That is absolutely rotation. This is probably elevated rotation, though, which is why you're seeing this lit up down here to the bottom left. That is your hail chart. So definitely some strong hail and winds being thrown out with this one near Fordsville currently. So what we're starting to see is, at least for this area anyway, this part of the line is starting to split off from the rest of it. That will help to increase the severe threat as it heads east. I'm trying to make these arrows. I really suck at drawing arrows on the fly. I really do. I'm not an artist. I'm really not. So again, if you're just not tuning into us, severe thunderstorm warning is active for Hardinsburg to Fordsville, for Whitesville, Deanfield as well, going out toward Hudson and Custer. If this holds together, the next up target would be western Hardin County and southern Meade County. Meade County. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart for. I'll take a look out here once more.
Row, Southeast Reed, Buras, Big Spring, and Tar Ford. For your protection, move to an
Okay.
interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm.
Again, the tornado watch goes till 9 a.m. Eastern time. So for everyone asking about timing and whatnot, just know the window is open until about 8 to 9 Eastern time. I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break for 1 second. If you wouldn't mind, I drink a lot of water and coffee, as you can imagine. I will be right back momentarily. We're not going anywhere. Stay right there.
Hydrological and climate information.
All right, we are back. We are back. Sorry. Lots of water being consumed.
The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Hail and Painville, thank you for that report there. I appreciate you.
In central Kentucky, Breckenridge County, central Kentucky, northeastern Ohio,
What does it look like for Irvington? Once again, you have a severe thunderstorm warning that just barely includes you. Might be able to see some hail and some enhanced wind gusts here in about 15 minutes or so, give or take a little bit. Let's go take a look back again at the radar scope. Take a look at what's going on.
miles per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected.
Again, still a really good pocket of rotation right there on the Forwardsville side of things. Now, this is elevated rotation, so we're looking at more of a hail and damaging wind threat, not necessarily tornadic activity from this rotation. I will tell you that by given the overall look of this line, again, we're starting to see more of a line occur, which, as we mentioned in our forecast video last night and throughout the day yesterday, when this transitions to more of a line, the tornado threat really drops off. Which is why I'm kind of surprised that they issued another tornado watch, because when these go to more of a linear look, kind of like what we're looking at now, it tends to be more hail and damaging winds. You can still get a couple of spin up tornadoes. Don't get me wrong, but it's transitioning to more of a QLCS, a quasi linear convective system, basically meaning a Boeing line of storms that could produce a couple of spin up tornadoes, but it's more so damaging winds as the primary threat. Angie, thank you for the update on YouTube. I appreciate that.
Kentucky, northwest Kentucky, and south central Kentucky for today and tonight.
It's hard to tell exactly if the rotation will hang on in time, Marissa. I mean, you're talking about a span of about 50 to 70 miles right there. It's impossible to tell if it's actually going to hold on. That thing is really starting to curve, though.
Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the
Let's take a look at our charts again. So this is more toward, okay, just to the east of, okay. We're going to take a look at our charts once again. Yeah, just no cape to work with. And these are still being super impressive. Let's look up into the atmosphere and see if we find anything. We don't find anything there. Yeah, this is impressive. And the reason this is impressive to me is because when we look at this red right here indicates cape, aka storm fuel to work with. As you can see, it's pretty much only limited at southwestern Kentucky. There's barely any in the rest of Kentucky, and I really do mean barely. Less than 250 is almost next to nothing. So the fact that these storms are really able to really just keep going is quite impressive, truly. Let's okay. Okay, perfect. Get that back over there. So again, just taking a quick look around, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued out here toward the Lexington area. Let's take a look at that one. This is for winds of about 60 miles per hour, some very small hail involved as well. For northern Woodford County, southeastern Scott County, Bourbon County, northwestern Nicholas County, northern Fayette County, and southern Harrison County in central Kentucky until 5:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, main hazard being 60 mile per hour wind gusts periodically. That's for that little cluster of storms out there for northeastern Kentucky. Once again, that's for Lexington to Georgetown to Cynthiana, going up toward Paris as well for that area. Again, main threat being 60 mile per hour wind gusts, maybe some very small hail mixed in throughout brief times as well. Main looking mean storm at the moment is back out here just the north of Fordsville going toward Kingswood, Hardinsburg area included in that as well. We have a nice little curve happening that can tell us that a little bit of a larger hail size, perhaps wind gusts up to 70 mile per hour. I think that's, what do they have this morning for, 60 mile per hour? I think they could probably enhance that a little bit more as well, but kind of just splitting hairs at that point. Yeah, Frankfurt's probably got another hour and a half or so until the next line gets there. Shelly, I don't know, where's here at? Lots of rumbling. Mariah, thank you for the update there on YouTube. No, I mean, no one should really take shelter at this time. Again, a lot of the rotation that we are seeing is elevated, basically meaning that the rotation is there, but it's above the surface. In order for tornadoes to exist, the rotation has to be at the surface. So what we're seeing right now is definitely rotation occurring, but it's not at the surface, which tells us that this is more of a hail threat and not as much of a tornadic threat. And you can see that right here at the bottom left portion of your screen. This is your vertically integrated liquid, basically tells us hail cores. It does show a hail core next to the rotation, so it tells us once again, this is not really a tornado type of rotation. This is more of a hail type of rotation. That being said, a tornado warning has just been issued. And that is for, again, disregard the tornado siren. That tornado warning that was just issued is up in Ohio, not for us. So we do have a wind damage report here in Breckenridge County out of Cloverport, Kentucky. Tree down on Highway 105 near Cloverport. There's storm report out here for Roberts, Kentucky and Henderson County. Investigating roof damage to a home in Roberts. Roof damage. Interesting. Because they didn't even have... Interesting. That must have been one really weak roof. Josh, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. Versailles going crazy. Yeah, you're probably seeing some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there, Chris. Thank you for the update. No, I'm not giving the all clear for anyone. The only people that can get the all clear at this moment is out here for Western Kentucky. So Paducah to Henderson, and places out here for far Western Kentucky. Once this line right here passes your area, then you can necessarily be in the all clear. But it's just now entering Western Kentucky, so that means 95% of Kentucky is not in the all clear. Madison's really hard to say. We just have to kind of watch how it evolves. I do think it'll be weaker for your area, but again, we have to watch how it evolves because some of these storms are really overperforming. Aaron, I appreciate your opinion. Thank you. Ashley, we'll have to keep watching how it evolves. Morgantown definitely will see some action. We'll over the next hour or two, we'll be able to see kind of a little bit more how it evolves. Christopher, you're telling me, my friend. How long before the line passes through E-Town? You probably have about 45 minutes to an hour. Same thing for Big Springs. Probably got about another hour or so. Again, for those of you that are, if you guys know that you're in a smaller town, please give me like a bigger city near you or the county that you're in. It's really impossible to know every single small town in the state. That's not being rude. It's just it truly is. It's impossible. Yeah, we don't wear suits out here. I got shorts on and a long sleeve shirt, and if it was up to me, I'd be doing this shirtless. I mean, you guys wouldn't like to see that, but you know, I got at least. But suits are overrated. Mariah says Falls of Rough has ping pong ball sized hail. Thank you for that report on YouTube. I appreciate that. Yeah, the rotation's pretty high up into the atmosphere, so it leads to more of a hail threat. Wicked on YouTube says, I want to see it. You're probably about the only one, buddy. Show some pepperonis. Oh, buddy, I'd break the internet, okay? Coming towards Big Spring. That's correct, yes. For those of you that are asking about specific locations, I'm starting to see a lot of the same things over and over again. We do have forecasts on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our Twitter. You can go look at those as well. We're into more of a live cast event. I don't want to keep answering the same locations over and over again because it starts to get really repetitive. I want to focus a little bit more on what's actually happening as well. And again, that's not to be rude at all. It's just to make sure we're staying focused on the actual occurrence of everything. It looks like the rotation that's associated with this cell is beginning to weaken drastically. So I expect that this cell will start to weaken. The overall hell size, the wind threat should begin to diminish over the next 5 to 10 minutes. And that again is for the cell that's in, okay, just update it, let's see. Yeah. On the weakening trend for that cell. Brooklyn's Tornado Watch is existent in Radcliffe until 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope he comes back from the bathroom soon. I think I'm here. Unless I teleported. I believe I'm here. You froze? I'm froze? Oh, good. Keep weak. Are we good? Hello? Type 1 if you can hear and see me okay. Type 1 in the chat. Live on my TE, like the live buffered. Probably. I mean, we've been live for about 2.5 hours now. You're not frozen. Well, for some people's connections, that might be a little bit different, Caitlin. Thank you. Okay. I've seen a lot of ones. Okay, we're good. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right, awesome. Over a span of 2.5 hours being live, the computer's probably stressed. It's like, hey, dude, let's take a break. I'm saying, hey, dude, let's take a break as well. But we're here. We're here. We're here.
Central Kentucky and northwest Kentucky for today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe
Sierra, thank you for that support. I appreciate that.
the region.
So again, no one's really in the clear yet. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings active from the Lexington to Cynthiana areas and places in between. And we do have severe thunderstorm warning active for the Hardinsburg area just south of that, mainly for Kingswood, Mook, and Custer going toward Big Spring. Now, this one is beginning to weaken. Just woke up as Elizabethtown. Storms ongoing. Serena, thank you for your 99 stars. I appreciate that kindness. Thank you so much.
Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to
Red Bull, I'm more of a Monster person. I try not to drink them because, guys, energy drinks are just terrible for you. But not like tonight, where I think I've been up for the better part of 36 hours. I've had about 4 hours of sleep over the last 36 hours. I definitely needed some help. Still Alive Radar, you should be looking at it. I mean, I could put it in emotion for you, but there's no future cast to it. It's just previous. But yeah, I could put it in emotion for you. There you go. Loud Thunder and Louisville, thank you for the update there. They're so bad for you. They're terrible. I'm actually about to go get a Monster. Are you guys cool if I go get a Monster out of the fridge? A lot of people get mad whenever I take a quick second away. Jessica, thank you. Sierra, thank you for the 20 stars.
strong thunderstorms will impact southern Harrison, south central Floyd, central Meade, Jefferson, northwestern Bullitt, northern Breckenridge, and north central Hardin counties through 5:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 4:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. At 5:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 4:12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Delta radar was tracking strong
Grab a water. I've had probably... So this is my dad's sippy cup that my wife got me. I've had probably 9 of these today at least. So I think I've had enough water. It's a loving and understanding audience for the most part. For the most part, yes.
is a radar indicated threat. The following attacks are expected. Gusty winds
Ivy, I appreciate your concern. Thank you so much. Sierra, thank you for your 20 stars. I appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna stop the motion on this now.
is possible.
The fuel is lower, but storms, guys, they love to train over the same spots. So severe storms are a little bit different, or thunderstorms are a little bit different than snowstorms. So snowstorms don't like to go over the same spots; they like to go over new land. So strong thunderstorms, they like to go over the same spots, despite less energy. Now, after this way you sleep all day, I actually have a doctor's appointment at 12 that if I miss, my wife might actually kill me.
Shelter inside a building or vehicle. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m.
And George, we trust. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Central Standard Time for South Central Indiana and Central Kentucky. A tornado watch
Cats are weird. What's Bowling Green looking like? Again, pretty untouched so far. I think you're probably looking at a line of storms. This line will enter your area probably another couple hours. Updates for Lexington, of course. So it's still looking at a threat for 40 to 60 mile per hour winds in that area. Currently, severe thunderstorm warned at this time on the northern side of Lexington. Should be exiting your area momentarily. Let's take a quick look at this one once more.
until 5 a.m. Central Standard Time for Central Kentucky.
Okay, rotation is really weakened on here. The hell core is starting to weaken as well. This cell is really beginning to wind down as it heads out of Hardinsburg and toward Hardin County.
Thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for Breckenridge County.
Nina, that should be okay. Barstown to E-Town to 845 should be good.
Severe thunderstorm was located over Hardinsburg, moving east at 70 miles per hour.
Clear, it will hit E-Town here, and you're probably going to hit by the bottom part of this, or the middle part of this line. So probably looking at close to about an hour.
The following attacks are
For updates for Fern Creek and Louisville, Louisville's been pretty untouched tonight. This line has gone a little bit more south than models, really predicted. I think really Louisville is probably good to go to sleep. So if you guys want me to list off places I think are good to go to sleep, northern sides of Louisville. Now again, you're still probably going to hear some loud thunderstorms and stuff, but when we're talking about actual life-threatening stuff, I don't think we're talking about that in Louisville. I don't think we're talking about LaGrange, Crittenden, Dry Ridge, places up here. I think we're probably good to go to sleep. If you're talking about Paducah, maybe even Mayfield, Metropolis, Marion, Providence, Morganfield, Henderson, places out behind this line as well, you're probably going to go to sleep. Everyone else, if you want to, you can ride it out. I really don't think there's a tornado threat anymore. And looking at this line here, guys, and I'm just telling you. Let me go look one more time before I put my foot in my mouth. Yeah, it's just not. There's just not. In order for there to be tornadic activity, you really need this number to be higher, and it's not there. So if anyone's scared of going to sleep because there might be a tornado, I don't think we're looking at that aspect of things. So this severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. Okay, we got it, buddy. We got it. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. That'll keep you awake. Severe thunderstorm warning has been extended. Now, this is for 1.5 inches in diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Southeastern Meade, southwestern Bullitt, southeastern Breckinridge County, and central Hardin County. And this goes until 6 a.m. Eastern Time. At 5:26 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Hardinsburg, moving east at 60 mile per hour. Hazard is ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Source is radar indicated.
A severe thunderstorm was located near Hardinsburg, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60 miles.
Sorry, I had a family member text me. People and animals outdoors will be injured. We know about that. Locations impacted include E-Town, Hardinsburg, Radcliffe, Fine Grove, Dyer, Constantine, Garfield, Sayre, Westview, and Longview. Basically the same places that got round one. Get ready for round two.
Expect damage to sites and trees. Locations impacted include Elizabethtown, Hardinsburg, Radcliffe, Fine Grove, Dyer.
If she kills you, at least you don't have to go to the doctor. Hey, you got a good point, Matt. You got a good point. No. I commute from Owensboro to Morgantown. How's that drive going to be? About 6. Owensboro to Morgantown?
Standard Time or 5 a.m. Central Standard Time for Central Kentucky.
It should be fine. I think you might have to deal with some rain and some gusty winds, but talking about anything super dangerous, you should be fine. All right, I need to post this warning out to the Twitter page real quickly. Bear with me for just 1 second, guys. Why is this box so big? Close. Thank you. Because I think Mike went to bed, so I think I need to do this. Yeah, he did. Crap. Severe thunderstorming. Okay, George. My brain.
General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west southwest to east northeast around 60 miles per hour.
No one saw those typos, okay?
Storm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions. More information.
All right. Tweets out.
Hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.gov.
No one saw those typos, okay?
Here is the hazardous weather at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3:06 a.m.
Jonathan, they're technically under a tornado watch until 9 a.m. Eastern Time, but I really don't think that severe levels really make it down there.
Kentucky and northwest Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm actually just about to do that.
Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across
I can feel my computer's really starting to get shaky.
wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours.
I'm not really seeing any rotation with it, honestly. There's a brief pocket right here that's starting to try to. I'll circle it real quickly. Right there. But honestly, that's nothing impressive at all. But we'll continue to watch it for those folks in Hardin County, from Hardensburg, basically to Radcliffe to Elizabethtown.
Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour.
For all the caffeine, actually, I'm pretty steady right now. Which is kind of amazing. I had a Munster at I had a Munster at what time? 9 p.m. I had a coffee at 1 a.m. and the Munster now. But thankfully, I've drunk a lot of water in between all of that. And I'm not just straight up drinking just caffeine. I also had a really healthy meal, chicken and rice, a lot of that as well. So it's not just straight up caffeine. If it was straight up caffeine, we probably would be talking about something different. But radar motion again, yeah. I think if you look down here to the bottom left, you'll see the time frame. BG probably still has a couple hours. No, Chelsea, you still have a second round that'll be pushing through probably in about an hour and a half or so. Lisa, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. No, it's slowed down to, I believe, about 60 mile per hour. That was a big lightning strike.
Movement was just at 80 miles per hour. Expected hazards include wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and seaside hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around
Like I say, Monster genuinely, like,
minor hail damage to the
sounds like yeah, I got some weird dialect sometimes. Is Bowling Green safe? Worked 10 hours and fading fast. Caffeine isn't working. I mean, Bowling Green technically under that tornado watch till 9 a.m. Eastern time, so I can't really say you're all clear. But in my opinion, I don't really think the severe weather makes it down there. Now, could you see some strong thunderstorms? Absolutely. But I really don't think we're looking at a tornado threat for Bowling Green. All right, I'm taking this out of motion now, so we can keep up with things here.
with these storms. Lightning can strike 10 miles away from a thunderstorm. Seek a safe shelter.
Still trying to rotate, but it's not quite getting there. And I don't think it will, because again, there's just not much energy out there. Lift to leave Campbellsville at 7 to go to Louisville. I mean, you might have to drive through some rain showers, but talking about and a few gusty winds, so definitely give yourself a little bit more time to drive a little bit slower. No, Barstown still got a second round to come in here in about an hour and a half. Shelley's going to be real close. Real close. It's really still in Radcliffe. That's because the storm hasn't entered yet. Tornado there for Ethan. I'll have to go home to my trailer, and I'm worried. I think you're looking at more of a wind threat, Alyssa. I really think... Oh, my goodness. That was a big lightning strike. I don't think we're looking at much of a tornado threat for the rest of the morning, guys. I really don't. Now, could there still be one or two? Absolutely, but it really limited. My computer's really starting to feel it. Georgetown, severe thunderstorm is exiting your area. Probably got a couple more rounds of thunder showers to go, but when it comes to severe weather, it's going to be really borderline. There is no tornadic cell, by the way, Sarah, and Muldrow is probably just to the north of it. Yeah.
Locations impacted include Lexington, Lawrenceburg, Versailles, Ballard, Midway, Bloomfield, Wayside.
Mumfordville, probably a couple of thunder showers going on then, but a few gusty winds, but shouldn't be anything too crazy. Tornado warning sirens going off. Where's that for? The tornado siren went off on the app, but I don't... Am I missing something? I mean, I see that. Oh, there we go. Just uploaded it in. Okay. Tornado siren is not for Kentucky, by the way, so disregard that. For Ohio. Helling in Big Springs, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. The power is indeed on. It's ready for clear? No. Nope. Thank you, Bluegrass Storm Team. Josie's gonna be real borderline. I think you're probably looking at 50 mile per hour wind gusts as the main threat periodically, but I don't think you're looking at anything super powerful. I want to take a quick moment once again Thank you to everyone that shared the video on Facebook, that's liked the video. Thank you guys so much for your help. I appreciate that. Everyone on YouTube, thank you to all the new subscribers. We've blown our records away on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for all of the likes that you're dropping on the video as well. I appreciate all your all's help with our goals. How's Monticello? Monticello, I don't think you're at any type of real threat at all. You're good to go to bed and sleep right through it. And it won't even be there for at least another 6 hours. Or maybe not 6 hours. It's probably a bit of a drastic, but 4 or 5 hours. Is it over in Shelbyville? It is not. Yeah, Moorhead, you have a severe thunderstorm there. Actually, not there. You have about a 45 minutes till it gets there. 70-mile-per-hour winds are ongoing, though, however, from Winchester, North Middletown to Carlisle, Paris, and for places just east of Lexington. Okay.
For East Central Kentucky, North Central Kentucky, Northwest Kentucky, and South Central Kentucky for today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region.
Well, Mary, welcome into the WNK page. I appreciate you trusting us.
Tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
Leah, Elizabethtown is under severe thunderstorm warning at this time. Probably enter your neck of the woods here in about 25 minutes. Yeah, Sydney and Breckinridge County, after this line passes through, it'll probably be over for you. Buffering again temporarily. London, Kentucky, you still got 3-4 hours, and by that time it really should drop off. I'm not really sure why they put the tornado watch out so wide like that. We haven't even seen the tornado warning yet, so I really don't know. What's the YouTube? I believe it's at WKWX. Or search Weather Now Kentucky. We should be popping up. But add Weather Now here. Let me see. Can I just share it? Okay. For anyone wanting to pull this up on the YouTube on their TVs, here's the link to our page. Helen, Carlisle, Kentucky. Thank you for the update there. Yeah, nice little severe cell that's just kind of hanging on out there for dear life. Still not seeing any rotation there. I'm going to actually take a real quick peek out here to eastern Kentucky and take a look at this out here. The only problem with looking at eastern Kentucky is there's no radar. So like you have a radar here for far eastern, you have a radar here for central. There's no radar here. There's like a gap. We really need a radar in Lexington. I'm really not sure why there's not, but there's no real. There are some small pockets of rotation that I'm seeing, but they're not anything tight. They're super elevated. So again, looking at mainly a gusty wind and hail threat.
West-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be. Tornado watch number 27 has been canceled for the following counties in Indiana: Crawford, Troy, Harrison.
Some of the tornado watch has been canceled. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. I just heard it on the radio right there.
Tornado watch number 27 remains in effect until
So yeah, Western Kentucky has been completely dropped from the tornado watch. The tornado watch does include still the. So as this line passes through, again, this final line right here, I'll circle it real quickly so it can look a little bit better. This final line right here. Once this passes through your area, you're done. Again, this is moving mainly east. So this way, I'm covering up all the names. I know. I'm sorry. So once this line passes through, you'll start seeing some counties be dropped off. Again, I'm not really sure why they put the tornado watch all the way out here. I really don't think tornadoes are. I don't even know why there's a tornado watch in general. To be honest with you, I really don't. But that's neither here nor there at this point.
number 28 remains in effect until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 a.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Kentucky: Grayson, Harding, Hart, Lord, Marion, Nelson, Ohio, and Washington. Remember, a tornado
Just kind of taking a peek around, making sure we're still all good everywhere.
severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area.
Okay.
While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, broadcast radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Someone was, I saw a few people asking about Morgantown. I know I haven't mentioned that place a lot right here. So for those that were asking about Morgantown, you're really looking at this line of storms here, and it's really nothing too strong. I really don't think you're looking at a whole lot there. There's not a whole lot of energy left over. Strong thunderstorms will definitely move through, but I have serious doubts on whether they'll meet severe limits.
Tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
Okay, let's take a peek at this one once again.
Will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today.
Yeah, it's beginning to weaken. This cell is beginning to weaken drastically. You can see the hell cores kind of died down a little bit. Not as much. There was a little bit of rotation there. Now there's not even as much there. So overall, this cell right here is beginning to weaken a little bit for Hardin County.
Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of
We have is that a new severe thunderstorm warning? I think that is. Yes. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is actually active for Spencer, Shelby, Woodford, Scott, Anderson, Jessamine, Fayette, and Franklin counties in central Kentucky until 6:15 a.m. Eastern time. Main hazard being 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. And again, that is for basically Lawrenceburg, toward Versailles, Lexington. That disregard the tornado siren. That is for Columbus, Ohio. Again, they are getting hammered up there. Just out of curiosity, I want to take a little peek.
half-dollar size hail.
Yeah,
Indicated
yeah.
the following impacts
That's like the fifth one they've had in the last. So count your blessings tonight. Count your blessings tonight, because tornadoes were ongoing here, and now they're ongoing here. So we kind of got the softer end of everything tonight. Now there is still definitely a window of severe weather. We definitely had our own, large hail and damaging winds at play. But overall, we've got the softer end of things tonight. Versailles, I can't keep up anymore. Cynthiana, you just had a storm leave your area, and now we're looking at some more storms on the backside. But I definitely think that you're probably not going to see a whole lot more severe weather tonight. You're going to continue to see strong thunderstorms, but I have serious doubts on whether that northern portion of the state will get severe limits out of the second round. Alyssa, thank you for your update there. Where in Radcliffe are you? For me personally, I am literally at the D in Radcliffe. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly which street and everything I live on. I'm not leaking that much information. But just know I'm in basically the center of Radcliffe.
40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended outlook for the period.
Sarah, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that.
No hazardous weather is expected at this time.
Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning is active there in Madison for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day.
Julie, thank you for the update there in Flaherty. I appreciate that.
East-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this.
Let's take a look at this once more. Make sure we're still kind of on par with things.
More information along with
Hell core is intensified a little bit on the newest scan. Looks like it's more specifically going for Southern Radcliffe and Vine Grove. Be there in about 5 to 10 minutes. So it has strengthened a little bit. So again, mainly going for Rineyville, Vine Grove, maybe clipping this very southern side of Radcliffe, but more so Rineyville and Vine Grove, northern sides of Elizabethtown as well. Again, 1 inch, up to ping pong ball sized hail, 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts, main threat for that cell. Looking over here toward Lawrenceburg, 60-mile-per-hour winds and some quarter-sized hail there. Looking over here for Moorhead to Winchester, assuming a little bit more. What in the world? Oh my goodness. I'm pulling up my camera outside, by the way, real quick. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can show you guys again, like I did earlier. Of course, now it's calming down. Because, of course, right? Um, so this is Radcliffe. If I can pull up. This is Radcliffe. Let me make sure I'm not leaking my address. Okay, good. So you can see the hail kind of just bouncing around up there. Look at that. Woo! Now some of those are bugs, obviously, but most of that's hail just kind of like bouncing around and being thrown out there. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick.
Tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Central Kentucky. Tornado watch also remains in effect until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
My poor computer is probably very close to crashing. I can tell. I can see the camera like buffering and stuff. I can see what y'all I can see what y'all are saying now.
Standard Time for southeastern Meade, southwestern Wood, east central Breckenridge, and central Hardin counties. At 5:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 4:42 a.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles northwest of Elizabethtown, moving east at 60 miles per hour.
The Litchfield storm coming and weakening. Yeah, it's not even close to being severe levels.
And half-dollar-sized hail.
Huge freeze up for anything else. Yeah, I really think
The following impacts are
I really think my I'm actually going to try something real quick. This might not work. This might work. I'm going to try to stop my streaming software and then quickly turn it back on. So for everyone, you're going to see the video go down. I don't know if I want to do this though. This is really risky. But I really think it needs to be restarted. I mean, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours now. I think it needs to be restarted badly.
Eastern Standard Time, or 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for central Kentucky. A tornado watch also remains in effect until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, we're just gonna ride it out at this point.
Central Kentucky,
I don't want to take any risks.
for your protection, move to an interior room.
Yeah, it's really getting going here, Radcliffe.
Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 4:06
Wow, that hail is insane. I want to go see if I can catch a picture of it on the ground to show you guys.
Central Standard Time.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty nasty. I can hear it through the window over the radar.
West Kentucky and South Central Kentucky. For today and tonight, scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing conditions. More information, along with other weather, hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.gov/Flumigo.
Oh,
Here is the hazardous weather outlook.
oh no.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 3:06 a.m. Central
Oh,
for Indiana,
down goes that tree.
East Central Kentucky, North Central
Down goes that tree.
West Kentucky. For today and
That's a little unfortunate.
scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region.
Oh, I got a mess to clean up later.
Isolated tornadoes are the main threat.
What can you do though? At least it was the already smaller tree.
Thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at
That sucks.
A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended
Yeah, so between Vine Grove and Elizabethtown, so Rhineyville, you're getting absolutely probably hammered by some hail and winds right now.
spotter information.
I mean, I'm in Radcliffe, and we're on the northern side of it. We're not even getting the strong cell, and it just put a tree over, with some small hail.
From west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorm activity
Yeah, rest in peace to that tree. That's a good tree. It wasn't to add context though. It wasn't a very big tree. It was already a weak tree. It wasn't anything that's like, okay, this thing's going crazy, you know. Should we be worried in Bowling Green? I really don't think so. Now, you're technically under a tornado watch until 9 a.m. Eastern time, but I really don't think you're talking about anything super serious. I really don't. Ring County timing, I think we're talking about another hour and a half or so for that time, or for that place. There's the hails coming down a little bit now. Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely whipping out there, man. I will say, I mean, guys, it could have even been it could have even been a stronger night. It really could have. It really could have. This honestly, this is one of the best case scenarios. You know, we're dealing with a lot of crazy sounding thunderstorms, some hail, some crazy winds as well. But there could have definitely been a few strong tornadoes tonight. So I really, we're on the lucky side of things, even if it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, the lightning is really impressive. Peace, I tell Radcliffe. Thank you for the update there, Matt. I appreciate that. Sorry. Dan, I appreciate that update there. Yeah, I mean the winds are absolutely whipping. So for here in Radcliffe, this is our third round. Uh, honestly, Radcliffe usually gets missed by a lot of these storms. So for this to be our third round tonight has been pretty wild. Irvington isn't clear yet. Where's that for? Where was the tornado warning for? Okay, both in Ohio. Okay. Okay, there it goes. Irvington. Yes, you are in the clear. So again, once this line passes you, you are in the clear. And it's same thing for down here. Breckenridge County, you're almost clear, yes. Yes, there is a health there for BG, but it's not very big. Is Georgetown? No, you're not in the clear. Whoever was asking about Lawrence County, there's not any. I'm not really expecting severe weather to make it out to you. Now, you will have strong thunderstorms out there in Lawrence County, but severe weather-wise, I don't think you're looking at anything there. I really don't. Dana, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. Lots of heavy rain, thunder, and lightning in the falls. Thank you, Mariah, for the update. I appreciate that over there on YouTube as well. Again, quick shout out to everyone tuning in. Thank you guys for your trust and support throughout this early morning hours. Thank you for all the likes and the shares on the video on Facebook. I appreciate your help with spreading the word on YouTube. Welcome to all of the new subscribers there, and for liking the video, thank you guys so much. For Saylorsville, Kentucky, can you give me the county that you're in? Again, guys, if you know you're kind of in a smaller town, please give me a bigger city you're near or a county that you're in. No, I don't think whoever's asking about tornadoes, I really don't think we're looking at tornadic activity, guys. I really don't. Me County, Kentucky, you're actually almost all the way in the clear. Whoever was asking about that. Richmond, Kentucky, you still got a while till you actually are waiting on this line all the way out here. You probably still got about 2 to 3 hours. By that time, it should really weaken. Same thing can be set for Danville. See the radar move? Yeah, I'll put it in the motion for you. Thank you, Jordan, Patty, for sharing the video. I appreciate that, and everyone else as well. Allen County, I mean, guys, the tornado watch is active till 9 a.m. Eastern time for almost everyone. And I really just don't think we're looking at anything like that. I really don't. Gail, thank you very much for that. Yeah, that second line break up a little bit. The northern edge got a little bit in front of the southern edge, uh, but again, guys, we're just not looking at anything impressive. I really don't.
Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to pass along reports of severe weather. General storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour.
Looks like there's some small hail ongoing from Murray to Hardin, not Hardin County, Hardin City. Katie's, I know I probably butchered that. Crofton to Greenville to Central City. Looks like some small hail within that line, maybe 40-mile-per-hour winds or so. Nothing really too impressive down there. That'll be entering the Hopkinsville area, the Elkton area, Lewisburg areas. Bowling Green in about an hour, hour and a half. Caneyville, Litchfield, you're getting a strong thunderstorm right now as well. Not severe levels though. Let's go ahead and take a look back over here. Severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for the Hardin County area. Now a big special weather statement, mainly for small hail and wind gusts up to 50 mile per hour. If I had to guess, yes, wind gusts up to 50 mile per hour and small hail. That's from all the way from Grayson County all the way up toward Spencer County, going up toward Bullitt as well. So special weather statement does cover that line. I have a feeling this one will be allowed to cancel as well. Let's go and take a look over here. Sorry guys, if my voice is sounding tired, I'm hitting a wall. I'm hitting a wall. We're going to push through it. But I'm letting you know I'm hitting a wall. So if my voice is sounding a little bit less energetic, I apologize. Looks like we still have some moderate hail ongoing for Alwingsville, Sharpsburg, North Middletown, Mount Sterling out there in eastern Kentucky, as well as Lawrenceburg, going toward Lexington, just north of Lexington, maybe to Versailles, toward Versailles again, just south of Georgetown and Midway. That cell there. Up here toward Flemingsburg, Maysville, Rome, and Vanceburg. Another small hail core out there. A few wind gusts up to 50 mile per hour in that location as well. So a few different severe warnings ongoing at this moment for northeastern Kentucky. Special weather statement covers pretty much the I-65 corridor up to I-64 corridor in central Kentucky. Thank you, Kayla. Can't see the video, but can see comments. I'm not really sure. Sorry about that, Bat. I love that name on YouTube, by the way. Hamster, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you, Andrea, for that report there. Diana, no. In about an hour and a half. Brianna, probably some rain showers left over, but looking a lot more safe. All right, I've got to run to the little weatherman's room real quick. You guys keep yourselves entertained. I'll put the radar into motion for you. Give me about 2 minutes. Lots of Munster. Lots of Munster. All right, we're back. Also, I see a comment that I'm not a big fan of. Let's see here.
The hazardous weather outlook. At 4:06 p.m.
Oh, okay. Can I ask what weather caused this live stream? I was asleep when it started. Yeah, we've had about
For Indiana,
15 severe thunderstorm warnings.
Kentucky, North
A
Central,
couple of reports of 75 mile per hour wind, golf ball, ping pong ball sized hail throughout north central, northwestern Kentucky,
are likely.
northeastern Kentucky, 70 mile per hour winds.
Damaging wind
I'm
gusts
trying to think.
isolated tornadoes are
I'm not being smart. I'm just really trying to think.
winds outside thunderstorms
Yeah, so that's probably
at times today. A wind
yeah, that's probably about a good summary so far. So far the forecast has done okay. Now, of course, the tornadic aspect hasn't been there, thankfully, right? I mean, sometimes I'm okay with being a little bit wrong. Thankfully, the tornadic aspect hasn't really been there.
reports of severe weather.
Do you hear that tornado siren? It was probably for up in Ohio.
Storms
Yeah.
moved from west southwest to east northeast around 60 miles.
Looks like the only severe warnings that we have active at this time are in northeastern Kentucky, mostly for 60 mile per hour winds, if I had to guess. Yep. Tornado possible tag on that?
With caution and be prepared for changing conditions.
Let's take a look at this out here.
More information, along with other weather, hydrological and climate information can be found at weather.gov/Louisville. This is a special weather statement for the following counties in Kentucky:
Uh,
Grayson, Harding,
I don't know why this has a tornado possible tag on it. There's not a tornado possible with that. Okay.
Western Rue, Northwestern Hart, Eastern Grayson.
Let's check here from a different radar angle.
Counties through 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5:30 a.m.
No.
Central Standard Time
Check from that one.
and 5:57
No.
a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there's a tornado possible tag on that. There's not.
Tracking storm thunderstorms
Okay.
along a line extending from
All right, very good.
southeast of Frederick to 12 miles southwest of Litchfield. Movement was
Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing great. She's doing phenomenal. A lot better this time than the first time. First time, obviously, we had that miscarriage, which obviously sucked. But a lot better this time. A lot better. Thank you for asking. It's pretty bad in E-Town right now. Yeah, currently not severe level, but it is definitely a strong thunderstorm. Yeah, Ohio's getting the brunt of it right now. They truly are, especially up toward Columbus.
Litchfield, Huntsville, Taylorsville, Radcliffe
You have a tornado warning in Clarksville? I think you mean tornado watch. There's no tornado warning active in Clarksville.
outdoors. Consider seeing
Matt, I appreciate that.
building. A tornado watch remains
Mariah, I appreciate that as well on YouTube. Loud and lots of hail in Cecilia. Thank you for that report there.
for central Kentucky.
Is Vine Grove clear? Just about.
Tornado watch also remains.
Kentucky above Bowling Green. WPK also has strong rotating storm for Brownsville, Kentucky.
Central Standard Time for South Central and Central Kentucky. The severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Meade, southwestern Bullock, east central Breckenridge, and central Harding counties will
There's not even a storm in Brownsville, Kentucky.
time or 5
There's nothing there.
standard time.
I'm just confused.
Prompted the warning has weakened
I don't understand why WBKO is saying there's strong rotation there when there's
to life or property.
not a storm there.
Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However,
Some people will say anything.
hail and gusty winds are still possible with this thunderstorm. A tornado watch remains in effect until
Yeah, I mean, for Bowling Green, really, a couple of strong thunderstorms will push through in a couple of hours, or maybe an hour and a half. But really, I'm not really expecting just the look of this line. I'm not really seeing anything that's overly concerning.
here is the hazardous weather outlook issued at 4:06
Where was that golf ball hail? I believe Rineyville had golf ball sized hail. Us here in Radcliffe, we had ping pong ball sized hail for a little bit. I believe Hardinsburg also had ping pong ball sized hail. Fordsville definitely had golf ball sized hail at one point. Owensboro had some ping pong ball sized hail at the very beginning of this event. A few bigger hail reports out there for northeastern Kentucky as well. So a few different counties.
thunderstorms will gust near
Oh, by the way, just to make it very clear, I'm not trying to bash on WBKO in the slightest. It is what it is. Everyone knows their reputation. Okay, I'm just saying there's not even a storm in Brownsville. I don't know how there could be rotation there. Madison, thank you for becoming a subscriber for 1 year and 11 months. Wow, thank you for that. Thank you for that generosity and that commitment.
motion of the day. Storms will move from west southwest to east northeast around 60 miles per hour.
Malavet's clear now, correct. We got hit by some. We got hit pretty hard. We had some hell, probably P-size. Corey, hello, my man. Nice to see you. Malavet, yeah. Yeah, I mean, not really seeing a whole lot up here. Yeah, I mean, I would say so because these are moving southeast. Yeah, I would say you're probably pretty good. Now, again, a couple of strong thunderstorms cannot be ruled out, but we're talking about severe weather once again. I don't really think so. Not for that area. Helen and Eton Jennifer, thank you for the update. Crazy goes, what is considered a heavy thunderstorm? My local says that heavy thunderstorm. So I'm not sure, Sarah. I've never really heard of a heavy thunderstorm. I guess I'm not really sure what that would be considered. Maybe it's just a strong thunderstorm. I'm honestly not too sure. Mallory, thank you for that update.
The current time is 6:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard.
We've just crossed over the 3-hour mark here, live with you guys. I want to say real quickly, thank you guys again. The video's been insane. We've hit new records on YouTube, which, I mean, honestly, I don't really care about the numbers, but it does obviously feel great that so many people trust us here at WK. We've had Mike on Twitter covering out there for us. We've had Ivy in the chat all night. Cherie has popped in a couple of times. The other Mike has popped in a couple of times. So just real quickly, we want to say thank you for all of your support and kindness tonight or throughout the overnight hours. I haven't really seen too many trolls. There's been a couple of them as always, but not really too many trolls. I just want to say real quickly thank you for all of your support and trust, truly. In Florence, Kentucky, the lightning, wind, and rain so loud just woke us up. Casual thunderstorm going on up there, but nothing remotely close to severe limits. Madison, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Yeah, if you are traveling at this time or within the next hour in a lot of these places, even if you're not seeing a current thunderstorm, the wind gust will still continue to keep going because we have a cold front pushing in. By the way, let's take a little quick gander because we do have a cold front pushing in. Also, real quickly, wanted to say thank you to everyone that's followed us on Twitter. We're almost at 700 followers there. We just started this like a couple months ago, so thank you so much for that. At Weather Now KY, we've been updating there as well, and we will always update there. I want to take a real quick look here. Yeah, you can see the cold front pushing its way in. I mean, most folks just about a couple hours ago were in the upper 60s and low 70s. You can see all right there for Henderson, Kentucky, down to 41 degrees. For Elizabethtown, for example, just an hour ago was at 70 degrees. Now they're at 57. So cold front really pushing its way through. Really, really pushing its way through. Going to feel a lot different outside. Michelle, I do not think so. Andrew, thank you. I appreciate that. Zachary, thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, you can subscribe to us on Facebook, and that helps you to support the page a little bit more if you wanted to. Again, that's not necessary. I think there's like a little button down at the bottom that you can do that with. Again, not necessary. We don't do this for the money from you guys anyway. Obviously, we have corporate sponsors and stuff that we work with, but just thank you guys a lot for your support. I appreciate that. Oh, goodness. I'm really surprised these have been able to hold on as long up here to the northeast. I want to see if they've dropped anyone else yet from the tornado watch. Yeah, they dropped a few more. And they will continue to drop. Again, as this line passes through, you'll start to see this tornado watch get trimmed more and more and more. Ruth, no, there isn't. There is not, and I don't really expect there to be. And now, again, storms will become strong for periods, but we're not really looking at anything too severe in that area. Tornado watch in E-Town, that is correct, Mallory. I got you, Kayla. Thank you very much. I probably cleaned it up myself, to be honest. I enjoy doing that stuff, but thank you.
including the following counties: Breckenridge, Tinkoff,
Do I think Ratcliffe is good now? I do. I do. Now again, you might still hear a few rumbles of thunder and some strong thunderstorms, but I don't think we're really talking about anything severe for Ratcliffe anymore.
low-lying and poor drainage areas.
What about Paducah? You're in the clear.
Details at 4:50 a.m. Central Standard
Mount Sterling area.
5:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Doppler radar indicated heavy
There's a few different like mount areas in the state. I always forget. Yeah, I knew it.
shortly in the advisory area.
I knew it. There we go. Mount Sterling, you're under severe thunderstorm warning at this time, but it kind of looks like everything is drifting just north of you. So you're really good to go, honestly. I mean, these will continue to lift a little bit more northeast. You might get clipped by this one in Lexington here in a couple of hours, or not a couple of hours, I'm sorry, here in about an hour. But really, it looks like it's going to just miss you.
Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood
Cecilia, you're currently seeing a strong thunderstorm at this time, not quite severe, and once that passes through, you're all done.
issued at 4:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bill, oh my goodness, I'm gonna mess this up. Is that Billy Joe?
Central
Oh, I'm not absolutely butchering that. Thank you for your stars, 100 stars. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms.
That's all right, Ivy. We're probably about to wrap up soon here as well.
40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotters are
Sorry, guys, just taking a quick gander. A couple special weather statements ongoing down here for southwestern Kentucky, mainly for 50-mile-per-hour winds there.
southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorms.
Yeah, Eddie, strong thunderstorm ongoing there, but not quite severe.
Please use
Yes, Paducah area is clear.
prepared for changing conditions.
East of Warren. I think you mean west, right? Yeah, probably.
Hydrological
Yeah, they are sub-severe. Yes. Not even barely a special weather statement, honestly.
here is the hazardous weather outlook.
Everyone say goodnight to our moderator, Ivy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for the northern side of this line right here to include Frankfort, Bardstown, Bloomfield, Willisburg, Springfield, and Lawrenceburg. This severe thunderstorm warning is for winds up to 60 mile per hour. Again, does include eastern Spencer, southeastern Shelby, Nelson County, northwestern Woodford, Anderson County, north central LaRue, Washington County, and Franklin County. Does go until 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time. At 6:15 a.m. Eastern Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line of extending from 7 miles east of Shelbyville to 10 miles southwest of Bardstown, moving east at about 60 mile per hour. Very, very borderline severe warning right here, but good of them to just go ahead and issue that. Again, very, very borderline, but they always want to make sure they're covering their bases.
Moving east at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts.
Loretta, you probably still got a while, honestly. Probably looking at about an hour and a half or so.
Impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations and paths.
All right.
Frankfurt,
You know, I really don't like to do this, but you know, I think I'm gonna transition to an off broadcast approach here. You know, I'm not really seeing anything life threatening. We're looking at very marginal severe warnings now, and I really want to keep these broadcasts to just life threatening things. You know, severe thunderstorm warning issued for. Let's go ahead and scroll in on this before we do wrap this up here. From Mumfordville to Horse Cave to New Haven, Hodgeville, Sonora. Severe thunderstorm warning there as well. 60 mile per hour winds the main hazard for that location. Again, this is turning into more of a straight line wind threat, and this is kind of what we talked about. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. And this is what we talked about, is that once these storms got across that I-65 corridor, you're talking about more straight line winds rather than anything else. And really, honestly, they're very marginal at best. I'm not really seeing, let me make sure that we're not seeing anything The only reason I'm probably going to have to end this video is because I think the PC is telling me to take a break. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We'll still be up. We'll still be covering things. But I think the PC, when you do a live stream for over 3 hours, and you got multiple applications open at the same time, I really need to go to a dual PC setup. But that takes a lot of money. So I probably need to invest in that. But yeah, the PC is really starting to stutter a lot, a lot. Jerry, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. Holly, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Yeah, why be mad? It went a little bit south of you. Angie, thank you for the update. Bree, thank you for the update.
Locations impacted include Hodgenville, Munfordville, Horse Cave, New Haven, Loretto, Upton, Sonora, Louisville, Ringway, and Burke Springs.
Hopkinsville, strong thunderstorm ongoing there, but not quite severe level.
Floor of a building.
Barstown looking at 60-mile-per-hour wind gust as this cell pushes through over the next 10 to 15 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warned for that location.
Central Kentucky. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time. For East Central Kentucky, North Central Kentucky, Northwest Kentucky, and South.
For those asking about Paris, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. Mainly for 60-mile-per-hour winds and some small hail. That should be in your area now and exiting in about 15 minutes.
Isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today.
Yeah, Paris County got a nice little strong thunderstorm going on there.
Through the afternoon hours.
Yeah, Hopkinsville, you're just looking at a casual thunderstorm right now. Nothing quite severe level. Now, it definitely sounds rowdy out there because I see a few lightning strikes popping up. But nothing is meaning severe limits. Danville, you still got about an hour and a half to 2 hours until this line gets to you. And your main threat will be straight line winds.
Will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, Catherine, that's how it goes. It'll make you up real quick. Thoughts on Elizabethtown? Once this line finishes passing through, should be all cleared from severe weather. Do you have a weather app? I wish, Hannah, but we've got estimates on that, and that costs about $60,000 to $70,000 if I want to make a good one. Now, if I was to make an app or hire someone to make an app, we're talking about a lot of different things that have to go into it, and I want it to be good. I don't want to just make a casual weather app that's been made 75 times. What time from Monticello? You got a long time out there from Monticello. You're probably looking at about 3 to 5 hours, and by that point, it should be significantly weaker. Chelsea, I appreciate that.
Across the region. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes are the main threat in storms. Winds outside of thunderstorms will gust near 40 miles per hour at times today. A wind advisory is in effect through the afternoon hours.
Look, Queen, thank you for the update there. I appreciate that. Henderson, you're all clear.
Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement.
Hey, Mary, she's not trying to scam anyone, by the way.
Has along reports of severe weather.
Digital Solutions, that's awesome.
Storm motion of the day. Storms will move from west-southwest to east-northeast around 60 miles per hour. Any users of the storm motion must be aware that thunderstorms
No, Chastity.
can be erratic and constantly evolving. Please use this with caution and be prepared for changing
It looks like casual range thunder showers going on out there. Probably the weakest point in the line, to be honest with you.
climate information can be found at weather.gov/.
Esther, I'm sorry to hear about that. Litchfield, you're pretty much all clear as well.
For the following
How many monsters have I drank tonight? I drank one at about 9 p.m. and I just drank another one about an hour ago.
strong thunderstorms will impact
Real bad in Hopkinsville. Yeah, not severe levels though. So thankfully nothing real dangerous. It just sounds more scary than what it actually is.
counties through 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5:30 a.m.
So if you look at the storm boxes, you can actually see the path. So you see how the storm box starts here and then goes here. All storms are moving almost directly east.
Standard Time. Doppler
Almost in a straight line from left to right.
storms along a line extending from 8 miles southeast of Fern Creek to 12 miles southwest of Oyster.
Ashley, I appreciate that.
Movement would be at 60 miles per
Yeah, Ricky, I try not to. I try to limit them. They're obviously they're pretty terrible for you. By the way, Samantha and Jessica, thank you for the stars that you sent. I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't answer that sooner. E-Town, yeah, you're all clear now. I mean, the far eastern side of E-Town, well, no, technically you're not. So, yeah, E-Town, you're all clear now. Board is getting loud. Yeah, definitely a severe thunderstorm ongoing out there. 60-mile-per-hour winds on the main threat. It says 70-mile-per-hour, but I don't see. I'm not measuring 70-mile-per-hour. Tompkinsville, I'm not really expecting a whole lot for you out there in Tompkinsville. Now, again, thunderstorms will be ongoing, but I have serious doubts on whether they'll meet severe limits. What about Glendale? Glendale still got a little bit to go, I believe. Yeah, probably about 15 more minutes out in Glendale. Pikeville, you still got several hours. By that point, they're probably just casual rain showers. I wouldn't be worried about anything. Morgantown, you got a casual rain showers ongoing there. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but nothing severe. Nothing even really close to it. And then once that line passes, you're all clear. But one speed of I'm mainly seeing 60 mile per hour. So when I go over here and measure it, we're mainly seeing 60 mile per hour. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Now this is going to say a lot more than that. But when you're talking about that versus that, you're looking at about 63 mile per hour so far as the highest that I'm seeing. Now, could it briefly, go up to 70? Absolutely. But at this moment, I'm just seeing about 60s, a little bit over 60. Yeah, the hell with the winds tonight, guys, has been tremendous. Lacey, where are you at? Henderson, Kentucky's all clear. What about northwestern Tennessee? We don't really cover Tennessee, but I can just tell you real quickly, just a real quick, casual thunderstorms ongoing on there. You really lack the energy for the storms to really get going. Caitlin, thank you for your 99 stars. I appreciate that. New Haven, by the way, someone asked about that. 60 mile per hour winds are going to be a threat as this line pushes through. On the backside of the line, as it exits, you'll be all clear. Georgetown, all the way up here, you're looking at strong thunderstorms all around you, but you're not necessarily included in a severe warning. Just be on the lookout for this line in about 45 minutes for some stronger wind gusts. Ricky with the 50 stars, thank you so much for your kindness as well. How long for Bardstown? Well, it looks like it's pretty much past you at this point. So you're pretty much all clear. Actually, I'm going to take a real quick peek at that line, too. Kind of looked like it was strengthening. Yeah, let's take a look at that real quickly. Ooh. Yeah. That's a pretty good rotation. But let's see here. Yeah, no surface energy with this. So this is elevated. This is the elevated rotation, which is telling us that there's larger hail at play and stronger wind gusts, but no tornado threat on the rotation. But definitely some strong hail that's exiting Bardstown, heading toward Willisburg and Springfield next. Jessica with another 20 stars. Thank you so much. Angela with the 50 stars. Thank you so much for your all's kindness. I appreciate that. 15 minutes I'm in Danville. Oh, yeah, that should be fine. The Danville won't get any storms till at least for another 75 minutes. Litchfield, you're all clear, by the way, from severe weather. Now, you'll still see thunder showers, but from severe weather, you're all clear. New Haven, you're probably looking at lasting about 20 minutes. Katie, I know you have a storm anxiety, but just understand that there's nothing really life-threatening with it. You should be good to go. Jennifer with another 20 stars. Thank you so much for your kindness as well. Ratcliffe is all clear, yes. Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. First one to ask about that. Wow, Mammoth Cave. I get so lost, mainly because I'm flat out exhausted. This is why I always get lost, because I always confuse Horse Cave and Cave City, and then there's like Central City over here. And I always, for some reason, you guys have those things that you know where things are, But when things start sounding the same, you get kind of confused on which one is exactly which. That is exactly what I do sometimes. But yeah, no, should be all good there. We're looking at casual thunderstorms for that area. Not really looking at exactly. You're on the border. You're on the border of a severe thunderstorm line, but you're really pulling hairs at that point. It looks like more of just a gusty thunderstorm. Somerset, Kentucky, you still got about 3 hours till it gets to your location, and by that point, it should really be dropping off. There is no tornado threat in Upton currently, and there shouldn't be. Yeah, Bowling Green, you're going to get some strong thunderstorms here in about an hour, about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm not really seeing anything super severe for that area, though. Destiny, I'm honestly not too sure why they even extended it. I couldn't answer that for you. But yes, as that cold front pushes through, you'll start seeing more of the tornado watch areas being dropped. I'm going to look at that spot again. Yeah, that's really, wow. That thing is rotating at 1,000%. Thankfully, there's very, very little surface energy between Willisburg, Springfield, and this area toward Barstown and the gap in between. Thankfully, there's no surface energy, or else this would absolutely be tornado. This is an elevated level of rotation, which leads us to believe that this is absolutely a hail core storm and not necessarily a tornadic storm. So be on the lookout if you're in Willisburg, Springfield. Some large hail is heading your way, along with wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour.
Issued at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time.
No, Jackson.
Kentucky, Northwest Kentucky
Hodgenville, you're close to being all clear.
for today and tonight. Scattered strong to severe storms are likely this morning.
All right, guys. The computer's really tapping out on me now, so we're gonna have to. I'm starting to see some error messages popping up on the OBS on the software. Honestly, I have so many things open and the stream open as well. I'm also simulcasting, so it did good. It did good. I'm going to go more toward. Don't worry, I'll be posting on our Twitter and on our Facebook. Twitter gets the post first, so if you really want the absolute earliest alerts on things, go to our Twitter, hit the follow button, turn on notifications. Please someone follow. I don't want this number to be here for long. Someone just follow or someone unfollow. I don't care, but I don't want that number to be there for long. We're going to sign off of here. I'm not seeing anything really life-threatening, tornadic. I'm not seeing anything like that. Now, there are some really strong thunderstorms out there and some severe thunderstorms as well. And the hail is actually quite large in some places. But we're going to transition more toward posting now. Throat's going out. Computer's telling me it's time to stop it. And really, I'm not seeing any type of tornadic threat. I'm not seeing any type of super life-threatening stuff here. So we're going to sign off of here. Don't worry, though. We will be watching. We'll be posting updates. I always post a radar image every 30 minutes. And I'll try to answer some of your questions in the comment sections as well. If the main line has passed you, you are in the clear. So, for example, this line is here now, right? So anywhere behind this line is clear. So places like Madisonville, Paducah, Murray, Henderson, Radcliffe, Elizabethtown, Louisville, Florence, all up there toward northeastern Kentucky. Also, if you are out here towards Somerset, London, Pikeville, Corbin, Harlan, Kentucky, I really don't think these storms are going to hold on to severe levels by the time they reach you. So really the only places that we're worried about, and really not necessarily worried about it, but the places that we're monitoring are the places in between that over the next 1 to 3 hours. So places like Danville, Richmond, Lexington, Berea, Campbellsville, going down toward Greene County, Bowling Green a little bit as well, going down towards southern Kentucky. This yellow area, really the only place left that has any type of storm fuel left, and even there it's super limited. So we're actually going to take a step back. We're going to go more toward posting on our Twitter, on our Facebook. So if you're on YouTube, at KYWX on Facebook, Twitter, at WeatherNowKY. I want to thank you guys a ton for all of your support tonight. I appreciate it. Well, what did we make it to here? 3 hours and 26 minutes. So thank you guys again for all of your support. Shout out to all of our sponsors for making this possible as well. Box Shop Barstown, Romp Festival, Affordable Dentures and Implants in E-Town, Right Implement. Yeah, and Heritage 52 as well. Make sure you go follow them too. We're signing off here. Stay safe, Kentucky. Be on the lookout on our pages for updates. Again, I think this is transitioning to more of a wind damage threat than anything else. As we head through the mid-morning hours here in Kentucky, it's been a pleasure being able to be here and keep you guys safe tonight. Thankfully, there has not been any tornadic activity. I don't think there will be any tornadic activity. In fact, I think they'll cancel the tornado watch here very soon. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so just check out the page for updates. I will be up here with you guys. Until next time, stay safe, Kentucky.